Okay, so you've got your fibre, your pillow fibre, and we're going to start by making the body shape. So we'll start off just by making an oval, a longish oval, and then we'll round off one side and sort of taper off this side to a flat, sort of short, stumpy tail. So you need to roll it tightly like we've done before for the other shapes. You should have, did I send you all a paper template of the shapes we're kind of aiming for?
Yeah, thank you.
No, I don't think I got that.
I didn't send you the kit, did I?
No. Self-sufficient.
Yeah, but I forget to send you the bits like that, didn't I? Hold on.
I don't have that either, Amy. I have the pictures, but I don't have the shapes.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Heidi Morgan. I can see
that one.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay, I can see like an oval with a tail and a a head thing. I'll work it out.
Got it?
Yeah.
It was just for sizes. I'll just measure the ones I've done.
Oh yeah, that's
Okay.
good. Got my ruler.
I'll get some paper. I can write it down.
It's not a particularly tricky shape. So the body is just over 11 centimetres, and that includes the tip of the tail.
I don't know what's wrong with your screen.
There you go.
Oh, there it goes.
Oh, okay. Yep. So let me just draw that.
So 11 centimetres to the tip of the tail. So you're aiming for like a fat sausage first, and then we'll taper off one end. And then the head is like a dome with a soft underneath, and then we're going to make a dome there. They're quite a big sort of dome that fits on.
Okay.
Right, so roll it up. So you should have a big piece. So I remember I pull it through my hand, although I'm trying to use up all these bits, so I might it might not look the same as normal. So you try and roll it as you pull it through between your finger and thumb. And you're going to roll it up as tight as you can into a sausage, so about the length of, from the bottom of your palm to your top knuckle probably. And then once you've got that rolled up tightly, you're going to start stabbing over the join. Mine's a bit bitty, so I'm going to have to stab it a bit more. So you should be able to just stab over the end and let go pretty much straight away, because you want to make sure that you, once you start stabbing it.
How wide is he going to be in the end?
I mean, he's in lockdown, so extra wide.
Extra wide, yeah.
Amen.
5 centimetres this one is. Mine always end up too big, to be honest. I don't think
Did you see the size of my hair? He was giant.
Yeah. So then once you've got that sealed over and it's not going to bounce apart, just start stabbing from all angles, and you're just going to go in, make sure you go right into the centre. I've sent you, oh, you've all done it before, haven't you? So I tend to start off with a bigger needle. It just felt quicker, makes more impact. So if you're finding whichever needle you're using isn't doing much very quickly, then try a bigger one.
Oh, Amy, I've got my husband, y'all, experimenting, making me extra needles with 3 prongs.
How did he do that?
He's a wood turner.
Oh, was it you who put them on the... I didn't realise that was you. I saw them.
Yeah.
On the Facebook.
So everybody's giving me advice on what, and then I have to, so Saturday he's back out in the shop again to work some more.
Oh, very clever. You have to start selling them.
Well, that's the goal.
Oh.
I mean, not to make money, but just once he's figured it out, people that want one, because I'm trying to get it like the plastic one, as close as possible.
Yeah.
But I don't want plastic.
They are very close. Yeah, I don't know how you do that so close. So
yeah, he's got different ideas people have been giving him.
all right. Oh, let me know how you get on. I might be having to put in an order.
Yeah, it's nice to have a contact. It's
Yeah,
not
I have a
Amazon.
nice wooden one. I don't like the plastic. I want wood and everything.
Yeah, mine is a wooden one.
So I'm using the 3-prong one now.
Yeah, so if you've got a multi needle, just make sure that it goes right into the middle. This isn't a very wide object, so it should be almost into the middle, even if you are using a multi needle.
Yeah, well, that's the positive with this kind versus the plastic one. It goes in a lot better.
Yeah, you can get it in further. I have got a big wooden multi needle, but I
have this
'cause
one
they're
that has
so
a
far
zillion.
apart. Yeah, because they're so far apart.
Yep, exactly. That's what I don't
Yeah,
want. Yeah. So I'm getting him to make it closer and closer as he can.
So you're just making sure you're stabbing in from all angles. Just shrink the whole thing down to start with. If it looks like one end is fatter and thicker, then you can round that off at the top by going in into the top end.
Can you show that picture one more time, Amy? Because I have my pen and paper now. I'm really bad at drawing. That's why I like felting. All right.
So you can
Looks
start
like a bird. That's what I need to think.
round off the thicker end. This is the top of the body, so we're going to put the head on afterwards.
So,
And then the other end, you can just felt it sort of lightly so that it starts to shrink down. Don't go into the end too much because you don't want to stump it off too much. And then you can start to flatten it out. So I would hold it up on a slight angle and stab into it just to start to flatten.
will it take it out, Amy? Because mine's not as long as that point is on the pattern at the moment.
So you can add a tail on, yeah. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, mine actually fits, look, but doesn't come across the tail. Can you see that?
Hold it up a little bit.
So I'm short on the tail.
Oh yeah, so you can add some fibre to it now. So just fold up a little bit of fibre and sort of overlap it onto the body and stab it on. It doesn't matter too much because you can make the tail out of the coloured fibre when we get to that.
Okay. I'll just add a bit because he's a bit short otherwise.
Yeah.
Is that the tail you're working on, Amy?
Yeah, so I'm just flattening out one end that was which was already a little bit thinner than the other end. Like one end just happened to be more chunky, so I flattened it slightly. I don't know if you can see that there, and then narrowed it slightly. So it's kind of like a paddle shape at one end. So you flatten it and narrow it slightly, but it still wants to be blunt. So that picture I sent you is kind of like the side view.
Yeah, it's got a kind of real point on it.
Yeah, that's from the side though, because it's quite thin, the tail,
Okay.
but short and stumpy. So that would be sort of from his belly view. I'm going to bring the sides in a little bit more so that it tapers better. So that's the belly, and that's how the tail's shaping up at the moment. And that's the side view at the moment, but obviously this is a bit round. So you want to start tapering it in so that it's not like a flat oval and then straight down to a tail. You want it to be a bit more gradual. And you want to make sure that you've felted it pretty firmly because of all the detail we need to add.
So is it flat? Is it flat on the bottom? Sorry, Amy, or is it curving downward?
Kind of flat. Yeah, it's kind of flat, and then we can build up the chest a little bit. So that gives
That's
it.
what I've got at the minute. Is that one?
Yeah, it's getting there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I should just narrow the bottom end of the body down a little bit as well, everyone, so that it graduates from the fat end down quickly, not quite slowly, sorry, so that it graduates slowly, so it's not like a step
Okay,
down.
mine is way too big. Okay.
I think mine is too.
We've not been stabbing long, there's a lot of shrinking you can be doing.
It just like so long all of a sudden.
So if it's too long, just go in from the ends and shrink it down. There's probably still a long way it could shrink because we've not been going very long. It wants to be quite firm, this one, just because of the detail we're adding. You want to make sure that you've felted all of it, and so that you can't sort of gather any of it into your finger and thumb very easily. You want it to be hard to get hold of. And you want it to feel sort of the bounce of the sort of firmness of cheddar cheese. A little bit of bounce to it. Quite firm. Everybody been doing today then?
Gardening.
What have you been doing, sorry?
Gardening.
Gardening, yeah, me too.
Yeah. Hardcore gardening.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Y'all are serious.
Oh.
Well, ours is more building prep than gardening, really.
Are you still getting ready for your shed?
Yeah, we're getting the concrete delivered tomorrow, so we had a digger Tuesday. That was good fun.
Oh, I love power tools.
Yeah, me too. I didn't realise how much until they get bigger and bigger, and I'm
Have a go.
we had a pneumatic drill, like a breaker, on Sunday, so I did quite a bit of that.
Yeah, we had one of those.
Funny arm at the moment, so I didn't want him to spend too much time on the breaker, making it worse.
Yeah.
And then we had the digger on Tuesday, and I spent the whole day on that because once I'd got the hang of it, it was quicker for me to carry on doing it and him to do all the wheelbarrowing.
Yeah, you had fun.
It was good fun.
Sounds like fun, yeah.
Hard work though. It's like being on a buckaroo all day.
Yeah, and it's quite hard on your arms, isn't it, actually? Even though it's all hydraulic, it's still...
Well, and it's just the jolting of it and the jarring and...
Yeah.
Like my core, I could feel my core on my back hurting just from like...
Do you do Pilates or anything like that?
No, I should do.
Oh, yeah, I do Pilates like 3 times a week. I've got chronic back conditions, so it's the only one I can keep mobile. But I would honestly recommend it to anyone. It's so good.
I used to do yoga before I sort of started properly exercising.
Yeah.
And now I feel like anytime I do yoga or Pilates, I feel like I could be doing something that burns calories instead.
No, that's silly.
I know.
It doesn't have to just be cardio to be good for your body.
I know, but if I've got an hour of the day to spend on exercise, I kind of feel like I get more out of the...
You ought to sweat.
Yeah.
Why don't you do like half an hour and half an hour, or 40 minutes and 20?
Yeah, I could do. Well, I tend to, when the leisure centres open, I do fitness classes, so...
Oh, yeah.
Maybe I'd benefit more if I did Pilates or yoga myself rather than going to a class, because then you can do it at your own pace, can't you?
Yeah, I mean, you said that. Like, my Pilates instructor, she's a chiropractor, and she's, because I think it's because I've got a back condition that I need proper instruction. Like if I was let loose myself, I think, yeah, I can definitely do the splits. You know, or, you know, something.
Yeah, you probably do more damage than good.
And I'd hurt myself. So a good instructor will make you, you know, like I hurt for days afterwards. I know I've done it.
Yeah, I ought to try it again. I think the last time I did try it quite recently, and it was an instructor that I've had before for other classes and didn't like, you know.
I'm not sure I trust a gym bunny instructor.
No. One of the gym instructors, she is really good, and I did used to do her fitness Pilates, and that was good. But but then I used to do her other class the same day, so then half the day's gone before you've got out there.
Yeah, before you do anything else, yeah.
Well, I've been trying to make face masks. I've made 2.
Ah, that's good.
Oh, I'm a pain. I'm getting better though.
Well, they just need to, you know, work, don't they? That's.
Yeah, they don't have to be
perfect.
No. Well, a good fit, I think, is quite important. I bought some from somebody who was making them, and the material's too wide and the elastic's so the elastic goes back to here. My ears stick out, so the elastic just goes ping. and then so if I pull them right back, the fabric's right to here.
Oh no. So that's a head mask.
Yeah. I need something to hold it together at the back, really, rather than on the ears.
These have ties and it has a side strap. I'll go grab one. It's totally different than I'm seeing.
She's plugging for orders now, Lan.
Yeah.
I like the ones that are sort of seamed in the middle so that they look like they fit your face properly rather than...
When you can open them out.
Yeah.
I've got one of those, but I didn't make it. My friend made it.
So see how the tie is? So that way you just tie it on the back. So it's a lot better. You don't have to put it on your ear.
Oh, that's good.
After I figure out how to make these, I'll try to make the other kind.
Yeah, the ones that look more molded to a face shape.
Yeah, but that's a lot more complicated.
Yeah.
I had sewn in one. I'll show you the one that's just above it. Here's one. And look how big it is.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that looks
good. Did you buy it?
So my husband wears this one, and my friend made me a little fabric. Ridiculous. I have got a small face, but
yeah, maybe you need a child's one.
Yeah.
Let me see how big yours is now, Amy.
I think I need to make mine a little bit deeper. It's a bit skinny, mine.
Yeah, so you can do that now, or you can make a head, and then when you've added the head on, you can build up just the chest area.
Is that what you would do?
You can do a little bit of both, and then build up the top a little bit now.
Okay.
I can't show you because it's on the wrong angle.
Yeah.
Is the tail actually pointed, or is it flat on the end?
So it's blunt, and I should have done a side angle as well, shouldn't I?
Can you see that? Is that
Yeah, that looks pretty good. Looks a little bit square on the top. Try and round off the blunt end a little bit. So sort of just stab the cornery sharp edges in.
Yeah.
Yeah, the tail sort of tapers in slightly from the width of the body, but is blunt and flat on the end. So that's looking from above, and that's looking from the side.
I'm a little bit skinny, I think, Amy.
Yeah. Mine was. I'm giving him a bit of a lockdown belly.
You could widen that tail up a little bit, Jackie. So it's more paddle shape. Kind of like, trying to think what it's like. God, I apologise about the state of my hands. Like I said, I've been
like a whale.
Yeah,
it's like a platypus.
Like how you'd imagine a whale to be.
before the bit goes up, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, mine looks like a bird.
Yours looks like a bird, that's good.
Look,
A bird's head.
Definitely
there's
looks
the tail. There's
This
the
one?
belly.
Yeah. Looks good. So we're just firming up now, shrinking it down a little bit.
It's still bigger than yours, unfortunately, but
Well, mine's still bigger than mine as well, as usual. I've got a bigger one there.
yeah, that's it.
It's still bigger than my bigger one, to be honest.
Still what, 5 times the size of a real kingfisher?
Probably. We weren't going for life size, were we?
No.
Not
All
a
right.
life size, that's too small.
Jennifer, that was looking quite good, yeah. It
Yeah.
looked quite long, maybe it's just a bit too long, so try
Drop
and
it down a bit.
shrink the length down a little bit. Yeah, Sue, that looks pretty good.
That better?
You frozen Sue, yeah. Jackie, that looks better, yeah.
It's a bit fatter, and I've rounded him off on the ends.
Oh, Andrea.
Oh, there's Sue's back.
I can't really see yours, Andrea. Yeah,
There it is.
it looks a little bit curved. Doesn't want to be curved, really. I don't know if that's just you can just sort of uncurve it with your hands, or you don't want it to be too curved. So from my picture, it should have been kind of an oval there, and then that's flattened one side slightly higher than the other, if you think of that as that even shape. And then
Actually, that's pretty good. Mine's about exactly that size, actually.
good. Who was that? Who said that?
Me, Jackie.
Well done.
I've done 2 bees
Star.
birthday presents now, Amy.
Have you?
Yeah,
You've done 2 what?
bees for birthday presents.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
I
they've
just
both
got to
been,
order some of those wings.
yeah, they've both been very well received.
Oh, that's nice.
Did you
Yeah.
make your wings, Jackie, or did you order them?
No, I got them off of Amy.
Okay.
I sent some sort of complete kits out to her to do.
Because I've now stopped telling people what I'm making.
My 5-year-old nephew saw my hair the other day, and he was like, "Can I have it? Can I?" I was like, "No, but I can make you one for Christmas."
Oh.
He was very impressed.
That's great.
It was lovely.
Well, when I was holding the hair, I was thinking, I mean, it's almost like a toy for a kid.
Yeah, well, mine ended up looking like the "Guess How Much I Love You" hair.
Yeah.
And of course, he's only just stopped reading those books, so
Oh,
Perfect.
he knew that's what he thought it was.
Oh, that's perfect.
Oh, well done.
He'll
Okay.
be able to do the same thing twice, so his is going to end up looking like some myxomatosis hair, probably.
You could give him that one and keep the other one then.
Nah, I'm going to keep the good one.
Don't have him that much. If anybody wants the links to any of the suppliers I get my material from, just let me know, and I'll send you.
I used
Ordered
that
lots of
Claire's and got all that wool
Yeah,
because the World of Wool didn't have anything.
she had it all, did she?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
literally.
I think
Yeah, the World of Wool didn't have any of the nice animal colours that you have. Yeah.
Claire's had it all.
Who's Claire?
Somebody Amy told me to go to.
Oh,
What's
send me the link for that?
I can't remember. I don't know. What did I?
I'll find it. Hold on.
Thank you.
What's her company called?
Claire's Crafts or something like that.
Claire's Craft. Yeah.
Claire's Crafts online.
I
Okay.
think she sells the World of War products. She's just must
Yeah,
be.
if I didn't buy them out, hopefully she still has some.
I ordered some colours from the World of Wool for tonight, but they haven't come. So I ordered like a blue set like this from Amazon. So they've got lots of colours. But I did order a load of stuff while I was on the World of Wool website, because you just get browsing, don't you? And I was like, I'll have some of those.
Like a kid in a sweet shop.
Yeah.
I bought a needle that pulls on the way
I just ordered the maker's kits.
You can put the hose pipe on both.
What was that, Jackie? Is that a reverse needle you've bought?
Yeah, because
Oh, I just ordered one of those.
I did an alpaca and I couldn't get it fluffy enough.
Ah.
So I thought,
Jackie, did you do the alpaca with Sydney?
no,
On the
it's actually one that a friend of mine started to do it and didn't like it.
Ah.
So she donated. It's only tiny weeny. I'd like to make a bigger one.
So you
You
just
saw
got
the
to
one I did.
make sure with the reverse needle that you that you've obviously got the inside colour is the colour you want to pull out. So it just means that you've got because otherwise it'll pull the core stuffing out.
Ah. Thank you,
Okay.
Amy.
Well done. Thank you.
Yeah, Jackie, if you want it, this one's on Frankie and Sydney's page. You can make one with just whatever you have around the house.
What, an alpaca?
Yeah.
Whose page?
The toilet roll and some sticky tape.
Frankie and Sydney.
Who?
Frankie and
Sydney.
Sydney.
Okay.
And they're doing free workshops. She's been doing them from the beginning of the lockdown on Sundays.
All right.
So I went to, and then I did one that one's saved online. You can just watch it.
She also donated me a meerkat, which is quite big, and I'm kind of about a quarter of the way through doing that one.
Oh, that's nice.
I have to go away and leave it because it's about I don't know. Well, it's kind of not quite meerkat size, but not far off.
Wow, where'd she get that?
I don't know. It was a kit, and it's got like a metal frame.
Nice.
Made one.
Yeah, you have to make a wire frame. They give you the pattern to make it.
Wow.
But yeah, so I've been trying to do that one.
That's sideways.
That's sideways, yeah. That's top.
Is that the top you're doing there, Amy?
Yeah, that's the top. That's the side.
I think it looks okay.
Yeah.
Am I okay, or am I too sharp going down?
Yours looks a good size, Jackie. Mine's super sized.
Mine's still, yeah, mine is 12.
Let me see the dip on the top going down to the tail. Is it? It's fairly flat.
Yeah, pretty flat.
What's the top?
At the top, I go for the flatter on the top, and if anywhere, a bit more of a dip underneath. I don't know if you can see it there.
Oh yeah, yeah. Mine's more or less exactly the same as that. Look.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, well done.
Good. That makes a change.
Mine's getting pretty firm now, so I'm not going to be able to shrink it much more.
Yeah, mine's quite firm.
I think mine's just going to be ginormous.
Make it into a woodpecker instead.
Have a go.
I saw a pattern for a barn owl, which I'd love to do, but they were sold out.
I've never actually done a kit. So
It looks like a barn owl, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. I mean, the kits, I don't know how easy are they to follow the instructions? Are they quite easy?
Some are better than others.
Yeah.
As I say, I only got the kits because Sarah gave them to me, but yeah, the little llama was so tiny. It was only about I don't know, 3 or 4 inches tall.
Yeah.
Oh my gravy.
So it was tiny, really.
Well, this little mouse I made today, you did him on a pipe cleaner.
Aww.
You actually start with his nose on a pipe cleaner, and then you just wrap the whole thing. You hardly have felted anything, hardly.
What are his legs made out of then?
Just some weird felt. They're a bit strange.
All right. Well, they're just little stumps.
Yeah.
He's cute though. And did you wrap his tail?
Yeah, so this is all one piece of pipe cleaner.
Yeah.
Wow.
All just goes through his body. Because they have a prehensile tail.
What does that mean?
Harvest mouse does.
They can hang on.
Yeah, so I have it hanging on my lamp up here.
They use it. They can use it as a hand. Prehensile means you can use
Right, I see.
Oh, sorry, Amy.
a bit like
Like a monkey's tail.
Yeah,
some
right.
monkeys have got a pad underneath, haven't they?
They used wire, but a few of us just use pipe cleaners. But that's another company that does free ones every week.
Blimey.
You're trying to make hints or something.
No,
That's another company that does
feedback.
free ones.
No, you don't get any feedback, Amy. You don't get any feedback.
Give you some feedback in a minute.
Because all you do is just watch them, live on
Yeah.
YouTube or something.
Right.
But it's just something to do when you're when you don't like to work in your garden like me. My neighbor planted vegetables in the greenhouse for it now. In our greenhouse.
Oh, good work.
Just letting somebody else do your garden for you.
Amen.
I went to Chippenham. It was like a ghost town.
Really?
Gosh.
Yeah, I had to go to the bank. So the banks are open. Boots is open. The whole of the precinct is shut.
Yeah, but they're not. Don't think they're allowed to open until the.
No.
Like mid-June?
Yeah, might be mid 15th, is it?
I don't
Something
think I've
around
ever
there.
been there when it's been so quiet. But the bank was very well organised.
Right then, so hopefully you're all pretty much there with that. I'm just going to grab a bit more fibre.
I got no clue what I'm doing now.
I'm more or less there, I think.
No, these classes are great, Amy, because you get feedback and you get to look and you get to talk to people.
It's sociable, yeah.
I love it. I'm waiting to sign up for the next one. See, that's what I'll gripe at you about.
So the stuffing that you've used is Tesco's pillow stuffing. Just for the newbie that might be watching this, Tesco's pillow stuffing. Also, as does the pillow stuffing I've just bought, which feels a lot softer actually. So I'm not sure how well it's going to felt. So for the head,
Who's Asda? Is Asda George?
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I've got, and it's fine.
All right. That the cheapest basics.
Yeah,
pillow.
like 2 for £3 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Have you been using that a lot?
that's what I used for my hair and my owl and this.
Alright.
So.
It feels it looks a lot more natural almost than the fibre. The one that I use is more plasticky, shiny, and a bit more coarse. Whereas this is more fluffy.
How's my shape?
Oh, so we're
Yeah.
making the head now.
Looks good, yeah. On the large side, but then so's mine.
Well.
Right, how's that one?
Yeah, Sue, that looks good.
Yeah.
Yours looks a good size. Yeah, Jenny, that's good.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Heidi, that looks pretty
I
good.
think it's
Good
enormous.
shape. Yeah, good shapes, but varying sizes, I think.
Jackie's is
bring
completely
it down
not
a
the
bit
same
for
as
you.
ours.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jackie, that looks good. Yeah, it's quite
Jackie's
good.
is the right size.
Did you yours? I have given you 2 sized beaks. Obviously, not. I'd forgotten about you, Alicia and Rebecca again. Haven't I? Not giving you any.
Yeah, we don't know how to make a beak.
I've got
but,
the silk clay though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I bought the clay. I have the clay.
I'll go through that with you all anyway at some point, so then you can replicate them if you want to. So the head, you're aiming for a dome shape, quite a shallow dome. So again, we're going to roll it up like we did before, tightly. We want the head to be solid with all the different colour pieces we're going to be putting on. So roll as if you're going to make a ball.
I didn't see how much you started with. Oh,
Well,
Good
Jackie,
handful.
yours needs to be 3 times
big
smaller.
handful
than
size.
mine.
Maybe a bit more than that, Jackie. I'm not sure. Always start with more than you need, and then you can tear off when you've rolled enough out. You see what I mean?
okay.
So roll a ball, but then flatten it down onto your pad and start stabbing. Just going to seal that over first.
To make it a dome.
Yeah, so you're going to try and aim for a dome. So stab into the sides and into the top, but try and leave the bottom quite. Try and leave the bottom quite soft.
So is this other little pattern on the piece of paper? That's the head size, is it?
Yeah, obviously if you've got a smaller body, then you're going to need to do a smaller head. If you've got a bigger body than the pattern, then you'll need
Where is it going to attach, Amy?
So it's going to sit like a jaunty hat on this sort of edge here. It's going to sit like that, so that it's not on the top like that, like a duck. It's not on the top like that, like a carrot. It's sort of on a jaunty angle. Obviously mine looks massive at the moment.
And so it's going to have like a big gap there.
No, because you could have a flat bottom. You want a flat bottom so that you can kind of mould it around.
Oh, okay.
It's not a ball.
Does it need to be able to go all the way over to the front of it?
No, not really, no, because that will build that up to make more of a chest. You want to stand your body at an angle that it's going to be sat at. It's kind of, they sit at kind of a 45-degree angle, I suppose. Then head sort of sits on an angle. Make your dome and then we'll work out where the head's going to
I
sit.
might need to make it bigger. My thing is so freaking huge. Monstrous.
Mine are always bigger than I want them to be, and I know what I'm doing.
Are your kids having a good holiday this week?
Not really, because we're working hard outside in the garden. They're probably having a good time sat in here on their tablets all day.
Just enjoying not working though.
Yeah, we've been out for a couple of walks, and we're going out for a walk tomorrow morning before the concrete comes.
It's so warm. If you've got dogs, you have to walk them early or late, don't you?
Yeah, we've got to get up early tomorrow and do that.
Yeah.
And we try and walk somewhere where there's water as well, so they can have a dip.
Swim, yeah.
How many do you have?
Me, only one.
Rebecca, you've got your friend's dog still, don't you?
He's gone home, but I'm still walking him. He'll come back
okay.
again in a couple of weeks probably for a little holiday. So he doesn't go too crazy. I took him out today, took him swimming.
Ah.
He loves to swim. Yeah. Throw the ball miles into the pond and he goes shooting off after it.
What breed is your dog, Rebecca?
I've got a Samoyed and a Newfoundland Malinois cross.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, massive.
Yeah, he's at my feet right now waiting for pizza crust. She looks like she's keeping me company, but she's not really. She's screaming.
I've got a Newfoundland Old English cross.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, really, Heidi?
Absolutely enormous.
I just don't know how you people have these big dogs.
No.
Well, you just have a dog. It doesn't really.
Well, mine sleeps in the bed with us in the mornings, and it's big. I mean, it's only a Jack Russell, and it takes up half the bed.
Yeah.
She only comes in the morning. She doesn't sleep there at night.
No, that's exactly the same with ours. I get up and let them out and give them their breakfast, and then they come up.
Yep. And they get in bed. That's exactly what ours does. This morning, I thought she'd killed herself. I literally was about to have a heart attack. Because it was all this. I guess she rolled over at the end of the bed because I guess it was so hot. She woke up at 4 in the morning. We had to deal with her.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And but the stupid dog got underneath the duvet. We weren't under the duvet. And then at about 5, 6 o'clock in the morning or something, I hear this horrible thump. She'd rolled off the bed, fell, horizontally on her side onto the floor.
No.
And she didn't even have her eyes open or anything. I thought she was dead. and I was like checking for her breathing, and I was afraid she broke her back, and I like picked her up and I put her on the bed, and she just kind of went, ugh, and just kind of wiggled and went back to sleep again.
Barely woke up. Yeah.
I don't know.
They are funny like that, aren't they?
And she's 12 years old.
Okay, so your dome, it needs to be quite a deep dome. And try and aim for a bit of a sloped back. So you can kind of just start to taper off one side of the back so that it sort of graduates out more.
But still flat on the bottom.
Yeah, flattish on the bottom. A bit like, it's almost like a snail shell shape, so that it's more rounded on the front and higher on the front, the forehead, sort of front of the face where the beak's going to come out, and then it's more gradual on the back, tapered off a bit more. And then it's going to fit on kind of like that.
I can see blood. You've stabbed yourself.
No, that ain't blood, actually. It's a bit of orange. All right.
Amy, is that proportionally okay, or do I need to make the head bigger?
Looks okay. It's quite, the sides sort of curve under a long way. It's not quite dome. Yeah, you might need to fill that in when we've attached it.
Oh, I haven't finished doming it.
It's a bit too long.
I'm too big, Amy, aren't I?
Yeah, I think mine is.
Yeah, a little bit, Jackie, but you can probably shrink it down still. Is it quite soft still?
Yeah, what? Pull it in at the front or both down and in the front?
So probably make it a bit shorter and flatter on the front, and then back can graduate into the body a bit more, so you can kind of lose some of the back if you leave it quite thin. So with your dome, you want them to, it wants to sort of not go under too much. So when it's sat flat, you don't want it to curve under too much. You want it to be quite, the word, so it doesn't go underneath, it doesn't curve round underneath. That's it, sat on my hand.
Okay.
So it's like a limpet sort of sat on my hand.
So you want the center more hollowed out?
No, but so the sides don't curve under.
Oh, you mean like that instead of like that?
Yes, yeah.
So just straight.
Like a limpet where it stops on the rock, where it doesn't go under, curve round underneath. So if you've got a bit
Don't talk about limpets. I can't go play with them.
You can. There's 75,000 other people on the beach, but
yeah, I'll be dead. I have asthma. I'm not allowed.
Yeah, we're not allowed out either.
Join the club.
I'm okay. I've got paddling pool and a hose pipe. You know, what more do you need?
Is your husband's immune suppressed, isn't he?
Yeah.
So it looks, so the front of it, you could just flatten that off slightly, so there's a bit more stump at the front.
Sure.
The front of his face. It still looks a little bit big, so maybe try and shrink it down slightly.
The size of my head compared to the rest of my bird. Hold on, here we go. It's like some kind of velociraptor bird.
Yeah.
T-Rex.
I'll just make that a bit smaller.
Yeah.
Where shall I take it from?
Has it got a long way to shrink? Is it still quite soft, or is it easier just to start with a new piece?
I don't know if it'll shrink enough.
Yeah, I'm wondering whether it'd be easier.
Might just start again.
Yeah, I'm going for that more of a limpet sort of shape at the bottom, so that it almost straight down on the sides rather than curved round.
Is that better, Amy?
Yes, yeah. Yeah, and then the back, where mine sort of graduates out a little bit more, you can just add a little bit more fluff in when we attach it there, just to graduate it so that the head doesn't sort of, not too rounded. Eventually you want the head to blend into the body so that it's more of a gradual slope.
Right, is that still looking too big, do you think?
No, that's probably about No, turn the body so that it's up more of a 45-degree angle, and then move the head round slightly. Yeah, it wants to be sat more round. Yeah, no, that's probably fine. You could flatten off on the body where you've got the head sat. You could round that, almost flatten that off a little bit more.
What, on the body?
Yeah, so the body's not so much of a sharp corner for it to sit on, because it's quite a sharp bend on your body. It's sort of sat, balanced on it. You want it to hug it a little bit more. So try and get your head to hug your body a bit more. If you've got one, you don't want it to
body a bit more.
So say that was the bottom of my head. You don't want it to be that balanced.
Yeah.
You want it to hug around.
Right, that's too big. Let's start again.
You want it to fit quite well together.
Are we attaching him now?
Yeah, you can do.
Steady on.
Rebecca's just catching up with her head.
Number 2.
You can do it, Rebecca.
Significantly smaller
Quit eating
than
all
head
that
number 1.
pizza.
Yeah. So when you're ready, when you're happy with it, you can join it together just by stabbing. You want to stab through the edge of the head into the body, and through the edge of the body into the head. But try not to go inwards, directly inwards into that joint, because you don't want it to get more rounded in starters, and you don't want to accentuate that joint. If you stab into a joint, it just lengthens the joint, and you'll end up with a neck, which you don't want. So try and
So
go.
have you got a bit hanging over the front of his body, or?
Yeah. So the position you want him to be in, you want him to sit at an angle like this, 45-degree angle. So say that was his legs coming out here.
Right.
So he's sitting on a slight angle like that. Oh, it's not far to 8 o'clock.
Is that about right?
And then, yeah, that looks about right. So you want to make sure that his head's not sat on his back too much, like a duck, and not sat too close to the front, like a carrot top. You want it sort of just in between those two.
I seem to have he looks like a cycling helmet.
That's right. Well, we can blend that in at the back with a bit of fibre. A little bit of overhang at the front is good, because they've got this white throat that comes sort of outwards. So you do want a little bit of an overhang there at the front.
Needs more on the top there.
Attach it there, Amy, or is his head far too big?
It does look quite big. If you've got room to shrink
Squash
it.
it down a bit more.
Yeah, and when you attach it, it looked a bit too much like it was sat on his back too much. You don't want it to be duck position. You want it to be further forward than if it was a duck.
So is that too ducky?
Pretty much there. I think it could possibly have gone a little bit further forward.
Okay, I'll move him a bit.
Yeah, a tip for trying things on for size is just putting your needle through so that you can hold it. Somebody did that the other day, and I've pinched the tip so that you can kind of hold it so that when you're looking at him sat up an angle, not sat horizontally. You don't want him to be horizontal. You want him to be.
If I put that behind it, you'll be able to see. Is that more better? I pulled him forward.
Yeah, that looks better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Made a sort of. Okay.
Are we trying to get rid of the join or leave the join there so as you can see it?
Get rid of the join if you can, pretty much.
Right, Amy, can I show you these two?
Yeah.
There's the body.
Yeah.
And then that's the size of the head.
Okay.
And
yeah,
It's like the King Kong of kingfisher.
Can you? Is there room to shrink it? Is it?
Yeah, I can shrink it more.
Yeah, you can shrink it more, or you can put it on and carry on shrinking it. Just
Right.
make sure. Lengthwise, it probably wants to go down. So stab him in the face a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
Drag him in this.
yeah, just shorten the length down, and to make the face more flatter, like more rounded at the front.
Okay.
stab him in the face. I wonder if anyone's listening.
Is this better? Hang on. Let me just.
Yeah, that looks better, doesn't it? Yeah.
I made him a bit curvy so he would sit on.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I've got him now. Haven't I?
Yeah. So, yeah, that looks good. Once your head's on, you can try and just slope the back of the head down a bit more. So stab into the back of the head.
It's a good job we cover these. I've got blood on it.
Oh dear. Stab down
in the face.
just to graduate the head down to a bit more of a slope, so that it matches the slope of his body a bit more. Because their heads kind of disappear into their backs. If you've got a bit of a big step of a join, or if it's not going to graduate into the back, just add a bit more fibre in.
I'm gonna have to.
Don't stuff it right into the crease, because if you I don't know why my phone's making a funny noise.
Reminding you it's nearly 8 o'clock.
Oh yeah, might be. Yeah, no. If you've got a joint like this and you want to disguise it, if you put stuffing in and stab it into the joint, it just make the joint wider. So you want to kind of plaster it over and then stab more haphazardly across the whole area, not just in the joint.
That looks better. It looked a bit like a cycling helmet before.
Yeah, I'm just making mine a bit more heady at the top.
Is my head too big?
That. No, I don't think it's too big. It's got a bit too much of an overhang at the front, so you could just curve that round the face. Try and curve it around a bit more, so that it goes back into the chest. Yeah, so take that edge off. Curve it under at the front. But you do want an overhang, but not one that's.
Oh, now it looks like a canary, budgie.
Yeah, there's a bit actually. Let me do
Which
2 minutes.
going wrong with my head? Which way shall I put that on? That way or that way?
The other way.
Like about there?
Yeah.
And then I'll graduate
Yeah, and then take that point off the front, yeah.
Yeah.
And then try and blend the back of it into the head. So you want to stab down that sort of domed shape so that it's more
flat. Oh no, see, it's duck.
So that it starts to follow the line of his back a bit more.
Yeah.
The head there, Amy.
Yeah, it's very, very tall, your head.
I know.
Have you stabbed the underside of his head at all, Jennifer?
Yeah. Do it a bit more.
No, wait a minute. Don't stab
me back.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah, and me.
Jennifer, don't stab the underside. See if you can pull some out of it.
Oh.
See if you can pull.
Right. I'm going to clap.
Yeah, I'm going to clap.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to clap.
We're going to clap, Alicia.
Okay.
Stay there.
1 minute. That's too big.
Lord, kill myself. Back. Jennifer's back. I hung out my window
Oh, right.
because I'm upstairs and I'm not supposed to go up and down the stairs too many times.
I'm trying to pull some of this out.
Beforehand.
Not just this.
Your hands now.
Oh, I'm ready now.
Good deal.
Right.
I was hanging out the window waving at everybody.
Yeah. Amy, how is that now?
Yeah. Yeah, so when you attach it, bring it more forward. So it's more, yeah, so the body wants to be more upright rather than, yeah, that's it. So bring
Like
it round.
that?
Yeah, so when you attach it, try and blend the back of his head into his body.
Yeah.
And then try and curve the front of his face under a little bit more.
Okay, yeah.
Right.
Is that looking something like it, Amy?
Yes, Jackie, yeah, that looks good.
They're supposed to be the last one tonight, isn't it?
Yeah, my dog always comes out and barks like we're clapping and she barks. It's nice. My neighbour's a GP, so he's been really busy.
It's a shame that they're stopping it. I can kind of see why, but then...
Yeah, but they've always been angels anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have, haven't they?
Mind you, the lady who started it all was on telly this morning, and she said if people want to continue,
Yeah.
it's up to them.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
it's quite a nice feeling. It's uplifting, isn't it? Because apart from people that set off fireworks and people that moan about people setting off fireworks.
Yeah, they
there's
finally
always them.
stopped after we posted. A few people did because our dogs were all going crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So around here, they finally stopped.
Yeah, we don't get very many, to be honest. But I
We
think,
get more car horns.
yeah, we do. But it's a nice feeling, isn't it? You see everybody out and you give them all a wave and you feel like you're doing something.
Yeah, yeah, you're right.
I agree very much. Yeah, we managed to all sit outside our front gates and have a kind of a distanced VE day picnic at night.
Yeah, we did.
We had a street party. Well, you know, everybody in
Yeah,
their
same
own like
Yeah.
house, bunting up, and
Yeah,
I made
that's
a
what we
Victoria
did.
sponge and scones. It was nice.
Shame we can't have more reasons to do that sort of thing because it did bring everyone together a little bit, didn't it?
I know, and if there's a positive out of this hideousness,
Yeah.
like we've got now a street WhatsApp group,
Yeah.
and people are like, I need a lemon. Does anyone have a lemon? You know,
Yeah.
and it's just.
Now that's really good.
I'm
I
doing that.
didn't know I knew like 3 or 4 people on my street before that, and now just it's brilliant. We've been given loads of stuff. We've given stuff out, and
We're on Nextdoor. It's like a website. So if people don't want to use Facebook or WhatsApp,
yeah.
it's called Nextdoor.
Ah,
I think it might have been started by the Neighbourhood Watch.
all right.
So you can join and put in your area, and then you can either just send messages to your sort of very close area, or you can send it to like the whole town or whatever.
Yeah.
That's quite good. I'm always on there saying, has anybody got a wheelbarrow we can borrow? Or
Yeah.
I was like,
Can I see
"Me
your
again?
chin?
Has anybody got? What was
Can I
that?
see your chin?
My what?
I think I've got a bigger chin than you.
That's all right. That looks fine.
Yeah?
Yeah, you can just stab him in the face a little bit more.
There it goes again. So violent.
Stab him in the face. Poor little thing.
So I'm going to add a little bit more chest to mine lower down, just to bring
I'm adding a bit of chest.
Just to bring the chest round a little bit more, because at the moment it's sort of just here, but I'm going to kind of bring it so that it goes down lower.
Okay.
Do you think that one needs more?
Yeah, possibly, because his head's quite big for his body. You could add a bit of chest to balance it out a little bit.
Okie doke.
So just add a bit more fluff to the area you want to build up. And stab it in. Mine's two different sorts of fluff, so it looks a bit weird.
Mine looks like Santa Claus at the moment.
Beard or big belly?
Both. So I've got a visiting hedgehog now, Amy.
Aww.
It's amazing what all this work in the garden can turn up.
Yeah, we had one for a few nights, but he seems to have stopped coming again. But then in some ways, I'm thinking,
I probably scared him off with that big machinery.
Yeah, probably. No, it was before that he stopped coming. I'm glad I didn't uncover a hedgehog's nest or anything. I wouldn't know what to do.
Oh gosh, I found out where he was. He's in an old compost bin. And I found him by accident, but he seems to be quite happy. I'm feeding him well, Mike.
Oh.
They're cute, aren't they? My friend's got friend, she's an acquaintance really. She's got a pet hedgehog.
Oh, like a pygmy one?
Yeah, and it's like white, not white, but it's creamy coloured.
Yeah. I don't think they make very good pets, do they?
I don't know. She hasn't said, but it's a random pet. Looks very cute.
I think there was a bit of a phase of them, but they apparently they're not very.
Well, it's not easy to hold.
No, you can't hold them very well.
Not so cuddly, are they?
I think they smell as well.
Like ferrets.
Yeah.
Oh God, I had
I
some
worry
of those.
about having them in the garden makes me worry about the dogs getting ticks from them, because I think.
Oh yeah, because they're always
Oh, have you ever watched that program from Australia, that vets one? And they've got a tick out there that's a paralysing tick.
Oh gosh.
So when the dogs get a tick on them and they haven't noticed, it actually stops everything. If they don't get them there quick enough.
What, permanently?
Yeah, it kills them.
Oh
my God.
Don't say that. Oh my God.
But it's here.
Does it be like we use Advantage, I think, is their flea and tick thing, and that is there a repellent that they have, as long as you keep up to date with it?
I think there is, but I don't. It's the people just don't seem to, know about it, or when they take the pet in, it always seems as if they're quite amazed that it's got it. I don't know. It's weird.
Not everybody agrees with treating dogs for fleas and ticks, do they?
No, they don't.
Well, they try and use natural remedies. Hello, Andrea. Did you?
I've moved. Yeah, I've come out of the summer house and moved to the front of the house and see if this works.
Was that your signal, or?
Yeah, I've got a better signal here.
I didn't realise we'd lost you, to be honest. Did you miss much? We
We
can see you better anyway.
Yeah, I've got that so far.
Is your head attached yet?
No.
No, that's good.
That's my body and that's my head.
Yeah.
Looks like a lovebird. Mine looks like a lovebird.
I'm not sure what mine looks like.
So we got to attach it.
He's got a beak. I'm trying to imagine him with a beak.
So to attach it, Andrea, yeah. That looks in quite a good position, yeah.
Yeah.
So you just want to make sure that your body's not sat too horizontal when you put the head on. You want it to be tilted up and then the head attached on that curve.
Is that looking all right? This one?
Yeah, Sue, that looks all right, yeah.
Mine looks like a duck.
Cool.
Amy, do I need to put more on the front again?
No, I shouldn't think so. No, that looks fine. The top of the head, maybe just stab down. The top of your head looks quite not pointy, but it's quite high.
Round.
Yeah, round. You want to flatten it now into the back. So from kind of like the forehead area, you want it to start going back.
How's that look now, Amy? Is that better?
Yeah, that looks good. Am I talking to Jackie? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks good, Jackie. Yeah.
Yeah, I look like a shaggy sheepdog with my hair, but apart from that, it's driving me nuts. I spend more time with it tied up than down now.
Is everybody going to dance along to the Take That gig tomorrow?
Oh, I didn't know there was one.
Oh, yeah. How do you get onto it?
It's just on if you go onto YouTube and search for Meerkat Music and subscribe, it's free. And then it's being streamed tomorrow just on YouTube. So put it up on your TV at 8 o'clock.
Oh.
It's the only live gig of the year. And it'll be the only flipping gig I get to go to. I've had about 8 cancelled already.
Oh.
Yeah, I've had Westonbirt cancelled. Another one in October where I was going to see David Essex.
Oh, I was taking my mother-in-law to that in Bath.
Yeah, he's my hero.
Have they cancelled that, have they?
Yeah, they have. It's the day before. It's my birthday, that gig. It's the day after my birthday, the day before.
Aww.
I was like, I'm taking my mum and my mother-in-law to David Essex on my birthday. I thought I was very good of me. But I don't have to now. It'll be next year.
I should be tucked away in a nice National Trust cottage in Cornwall this week.
Aww.
I'm surprised they cancelled October's already. That's a long way off, isn't it?
Yeah. Maybe David Essex is just a little bit worried.
I think
maybe he's shielding. It might be that.
Well, actually, yeah, I haven't heard about my Bublé tickets, and that's in.
Yeah, he just changed it to 21.
Oh, did he? Ah.
Yeah, I
I'll
just
check
got a
my
message
email.
about it. I was gonna say it, but y'all were talking, and yeah, it just updated now that your tickets are now good for 2021.
I'm gonna be busy next year.
That's what David Essex does down at 21.
Yeah.
If we're all still here by then.
Bloody hell! Don't say that.
Well, we're no spring chickens. You know, he's about my age, so.
Okay.
That's a clicking noise.
It's a stabber.
Oh.
I don't like it because it keeps stopping.
Yeah, I tend to only use those ones on 2D work. So when you're making flat items.
Yeah, it's good. It gets the job done, but
these ones, yeah, I find I snap needles on them a bit too quick.
right.
These ones are really good for 3D items.
What's that got 3 in it, Amy?
Yeah, and they're closer together, so they're less likely to sort of
That's
spread
what I'm
out.
trying to make.
All right.
Less likely to spread out and snap so easily on smaller, hard. You know, once it gets really firm and small, you can't get them in without them spreading out and snapping the bigger ones.
Yeah.
Yes, better.
So this is the top.
Yeah.
Do you think he's too skinny or his head's a bit funny?
No, I don't think
This
it's
is the side.
Yeah, looking good. Maybe just take the back of his head down a little bit flatter.
A little bit smoother.
Yeah.
Mine's getting pretty hard now.
Yeah. You want it to be quite firm. Obviously, you don't want it to be so hard that you're struggling to get your colour attacked. So we'll start with the colour. You need a sort of foxy orange colour for the chest. And that's going to go. That's going to go down from the start of his head, and it's going to go right down to the end of his tail. Leave a little bit of an overhang on his tail so that you can fold that under and sort of create a join. So, and you want it to go just past halfway up the side of his body, and then we'll overlap the blue over the top of it, make a more of a wing shape. So about halfway up the side of his body, halfway up the side of his tail, from his tail to his chin in fox. So you're just going to take small amounts at a time, maybe like an inch or two at a time, place it on and dab it through. Obviously, multi-needles at this point make it quicker if you've got one.
What did you say? Oh, multi-needle.
Multi-needle if you've got one, yeah. Or just get a bit of fast on.
I've ordered a 42 swirly one. Have you
Oh,
used those, Amy?
no, I got some today actually from the makers.
Yeah.
Some different, I ordered too many, but Twisted. Is that
Yeah.
right? Yeah, I got a 38. I think I tend to go for 38.
The 42 is supposed to be for that really fine detail of.
Yeah, I got one of those when I sent for my needles. I haven't tried it.
You only use it at the very end.
You can get away with not having to do really fine detail by doing really big birds. The top tip from me to you.
And the twisted, is it the twisted ones that are supposed to show less holes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that better?
Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah, no, Amy, I don't know if you heard me, but my husband's gone now. I can say it again. I just signed up for the Makers Pack every month.
Oh, did you? Well, let me know if it's worth it.
Well, that fawn is huge because I got to see him live today.
Who?
The fawn that you get this month. You think you make big
Oh.
things.
Yeah, I got the fawn. Yeah, I got the fawn.
Huge.
Who's got the fawn?
I have, Andrea.
What, the kit?
Yeah, I
You
get the
make him
kits every
already?
month. No, not yet.
How much is the monthly subscription then?
22 something, isn't it? We're posted.
Yeah, with shipping, yeah.
And what do you get? Just a kit and some other bits or?
Just a kit.
Just a kit.
All right.
But it's huge. Like the painting for next time is like that big.
All right.
And you can stop and start. You don't have to get them every month. You can like cancel for 1 month.
All right.
Want it
That's
and then
not, not a bad price really, because I imagine they're good quality kits.
Is that all right, Amy? I'm a bit.
Yeah, his head's quite high, quite deep.
Yeah.
And try not to go in. You might have missed actually where I said about attaching the head. Try not to go in to the joint.
Oh, up there.
Yeah, all the way around because it kind of makes a bit of a neck. So
Okay.
you can add a little bit of fibre into that area, but don't stab it just into the join. Stab it across. Like blend it all over.
Okay.
Stab it quite haphazardly so that it's more gradual. You don't want too much of a neck sort of showing or a gap or a crease.
Which colour would you use out of these two?
The one on your left, the more on.
This one?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
That's a bit more brown.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've got little ones, but I don't think I'll use that one.
Yeah, so mine's quite a foxy sort of rust colour.
Yeah, this is quite ready. Perhaps I'll try and. No, that's too different. Okay.
We're going to layer a couple of colours onto it anyway. A bit of yellow and a bit of orange.
Do men not understand when you say you want something boneless that you mean you don't want bone in it? It's like.
You should say what you mean. That's probably why he's confused.
It's like, okay, boneless, skinless. I mean, why do you keep having to message me? It has skin on it. He already did it last time. He already brought home. I don't know how we're gonna eat all of these chicken thighs.
You're out shopping or is he doing it online?
No, he goes out because I'm not allowed to go out. So.
Surely he shouldn't be going out either.
Well, I'm not on the shielded. I'm on the next one down.
Oh yeah. See, I'm not allowed out either.
No, you've got shielded, aren't y'all?
Yeah.
So as long as he comes home and takes care of himself, I'm okay.
Yeah.
I've had to go to town today which I didn't want to
Or
do.
so they say.
I shouldn't, but I had to go to the bank because I lost my mum in February.
Oh, sorry.
And you've got to start
Put some
taking the
colour
stuff.
on.
So
Yeah.
difficult.
Can't they come to you?
No.
Where's
Apparently
the colour,
not.
Amy? So is it just that?
So it's rust, yeah. And break it up into smaller pieces. Is that the only bit you've got?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wondering whether they're so big that the colours aren't all going to fit. So you need to colour from the chin down to the end of the tail, and then halfway up the body. But
Okay.
I do it in smaller pieces.
Yeah.
Might find it goes further in a way that way because you can spread it out a little bit.
Yeah.
Is that too bright?
Mine's quite bright, don't worry.
Yeah, probably.
That looks good.
Did you not get a kit either, Jennifer?
No.
No, all right. You've got something a bit more rusty.
Do I need something more brown?
Yeah, this is a bit more rust, sort of browny rust colour.
You could blend it together. Remember how you taught us to do the pulley thing?
Yeah, I'll see if she's got something for us. She's gone somewhere. Gone to a stash.
That one better?
Amy, I have 2 of those
Yeah,
things
that's
now.
better.
Okay.
Is that a World of Wool colour, Jenny? Is that from World of Wool?
Sorry?
Is that from World of Wool?
Yes.
Yeah, that's probably the fox we're using then.
How's that, Amy? Is that about right?
Yeah, that looks good. That was quick.
I'm getting quicker. I just find it nice to sit there and do it in the evenings. So
yeah.
I'm loving having the doors open and like we've got little swallows that come in, bats when it gets a bit darker.
It comes in your house?
No, but flits around the garden and all my fairy lights come on.
you sound exactly like me. I've got bats, my hedgehog, all the birds singing away. I just love it.
You close to the countryside, Stu? No, who said that? Jackie.
Jackie, yeah. Well, kind of. I've got a 15-acre field, and then I've got the M4. So
Oh, right.
it's a village, but we're not completely in the country. But we still seem to get quite a lot of things like buzzards and red kites, and so it's quite countrified.
Sounds lovely.
And I've got a stream at the bottom of the garden, which brings lots of nice things in.
Oh, nice.
Except when you walk down first thing in the morning and you're half asleep with a cup of coffee around, and this heron is down in the, because it's really deep, and he's down in the bottom and he flies up in front of you. It frightens me to death every time. They are enormous when you see them close.
They are, yeah.
Oh. I try to remember that he's going to be there, but
still makes you jump.
Still makes me jump because he's just so massive. So do we need a fluffy edge on this or a hard edge on the...
It can be fluffy because you're going to overlap it with the blue.
Okay. I've got a little tuft on his tail, is that right?
Yeah, I've actually started to curve mine round. So you can either just start to curve it round now and stab it in so that it's... Because sometimes I do it so that I've got no fibre there inside, so then you kind of fold each colour over on itself and then you kind of sandwich them together. But because we've got that tail there, you can just kind of start to curve that round and stab that in, and then we can do the same with the blue.
So just take it a little way underneath.
All right, I don't think I'm going up high enough.
Yeah, mine's quite high, but then we're going to meet it. We don't want to be limited to how to where we can put the blue, so you want to make sure you've gone a little bit over the edge, over the top with the orange, so that you can go over the top of that with the blue. So at least halfway up his tail and over halfway up his body, and you can overlap the blue.
Oh, I meant to tell you, Amy, or in all of y'all, when I got the package that had the hedgehog in it. You know, you didn't write anything on it. It just said my name, and I was expecting something from somebody, so I opened it, and because I was like, oh, what is this? And I pulled it like that, and the hedgehog hair flew out, and I screamed. I didn't know what was happening at me. Then I was like, oh, hedgehog hair.
It's funny stuff, that hedgehog stuff, isn't it?
Yeah. I wish I
Very
could work
weird.
out a way of making it myself because it's quite expensive to buy. It works out, you know, a couple of pounds each of those little pieces.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I was trying to find some fur that I could like white tip myself, but I've given up really. I did find it slightly cheaper on eBay after I'd sent all those out actually, so I've got another big piece now.
Let me see how far you've taken yours up, Amy. You've taken it up higher than mine.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Probably way too much to be honest, because the wings are going to come down like that.
Okay.
Have you folded up over his tail, Amy? You've done yours.
Yeah, I've just kind of rounded it. So I rounded
So that's
it.
all I need to do, just kind of tuck it round like this.
Yeah, you can overlap it over the top because you could just cover it with the blue. But mine went that much longer in the end, so I've just sort of...
So if I, like, this isn't going to ruin it if mine goes up like that?
No, because you can just overlap it with the blue.
Okay.
Or you could just pull some off, make it shorter, and then just stab it into the end. Was yours enough, Andrea?
Sort of. Yeah.
Yeah, was it enough? You got enough of the rust to do it? Yeah.
Yeah, that's all the rest. So I think I've covered most of it.
Yeah.
I can always add more later. I'm sure I've got some in the boxes if I have a look.
Oh, Alicia, what was that? Sarah's something website? Sarah's something online?
Claire's Crafts.
Claire's Crafts online.
Claire, not Sarah.
Yeah,
Is it Claire with an I?
Yeah. Claire's Crafts online. She has all of the wool that the animal ones, but the only way she has it is in the multi-packs. So what I did was I just bought a whole bunch of the multi-packs. It's actually cheaper as long as you don't mind getting all the different colors.
Yeah.
So I just bought a whole bunch of them, and you know, so I have every color now.
That's what I ended up doing on World of Wool, even though they didn't have the colours I wanted. I just bought multi-packs of everything else.
Yeah, they must be having issues getting their stock.
Yeah.
It's all of us lot buying them out.
Amen.
It's your fault, Amy. You're getting us into it, and
it is definitely Amy's fault.
You should get commission.
Maybe I'll have to get any for myself. Luckily, I bought a lot of big packs because I thought, oh, I'm carrying on doing the same animals over and over again. I may as well buy in bulk. So I was going to try and get a trade account actually, because I think you can get trade.
You should. What you should do is like get a working relationship with them and mention them on your website and get some kind of referral thing going on.
Yeah, especially that World of Wool.
I've probably not got enough followers to warrant doing that, to be honest.
Not yet.
So what are we going to make after the hedgehog, Amy?
Have I missed a hedgehog? Have I missed one?
You didn't, but you said last time you were going to sign up.
You've not signed up for it?
Hedgehog? I didn't know about a hedgehog.
Oh my God, he's on Monday.
Is it Monday, is it?
Do I need special things for him?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll do the next one. I won't get here by now. It's Thursday now.
I assumed you'd be there, Rebecca.
Yeah.
Oh, I would have been if I must have missed that one. I thought, am I doing a fox sometime soon?
The 6th, the foxes.
That's a Saturday, isn't it?
I haunt Amy's
morning
website
one. Yeah.
on Facebook.
Yeah, I do as well, but I don't always pay very much
Not
attention
such a big
to
fan.
Facebook.
I haunt it, hoping she's come up with another class.
Oh, I'll do it. I'll do the hedgehog next time. Sorry, I
I'm
missed
gonna
that.
miss you.
Oh, I mean, I can log on and just watch.
It's because, like, I don't
a
think
sort
there'd
of
be
weird
any way you
lurker
could get
way.
it in time, would there, Amy?
I don't know. The post has taken a lot longer. I did send out a hedgehog kit today, first class, but I don't know if tomorrow's would make it for Monday.
What day is it
No,
tomorrow?
Friday.
I suppose you could pay
Tomorrow.
for next day delivery if you were that desperate.
Yeah, I would. What am I getting?
So I could just send the fur and the feet, which is that what I did for you, Alicia? Or did you get
No,
the whole
you sent everything.
Yeah, so I could just send the fur and the feet, which would be a smaller package, or I could send the lot with the fibre and.
It wasn't that big. It's just.
I don't need fibre.
It's like this size, Rebecca.
Oh, hold on. Let me get to your screen.
Yeah, but if I sent just the fur and the feet, that would be a large letter, so it would be cheaper.
Yeah, that's true because you don't need the core wool. She doesn't need that.
I don't
But
need
look
the
at this
fibre.
freaky stuff.
Hold on. I keep moving off your screen. Oh, yeah. What is that? That looks like a rug.
Well, that's what attacked me.
It's like spiky fur.
It literally scared me to death.
So very
Yeah,
Oh, and it went, wah!
I'd do that.
All right, well, I'll message you afterwards.
Yeah, okay.
Right then, so for the blues, you need your darker blues, so teal or navy, so a couple of darker shades of blue, and we're going to kind of blend them roughly so they're kind of marbled. I've got a couple of inches of each.
Okay, say that again. Which colors?
I've got a teal blue and a navy blue. So it doesn't
Teal
really make,
blue and a navy. Well, what does teal blue mean?
it's like a dark greeny blue.
Right.
Like a dark sea blue.
Is that dark greeny blue or is that turquoise?
Yeah, that's probably more like turquoise. It doesn't make much difference, to be honest, as long as they're darker shades of blue, so that your lighter shades of blue stand out against them. So if you've only got one
all
dark,
kinds of stuff.
if you've only got one dark blue, that's fine. But
So you put them together, Amy?
so I've got a couple of inches of a couple of different dark blues. I'm layering them together, and then I'm tearing and layering, and it's just going to kind of marble them a little bit.
Amy, was it these two ones? I've got
Yeah.
two different blues, so that one, and that one. Is
Yeah.
that the lightery one? So is it those two? And is
I can't remember what I've given you. Yeah, the dark navy sort of blue and a tealy coloured blue.
Yeah,
Dark
this
teal.
one's a bit lighter, I think.
Yeah, the lighter one you can just dapple over afterwards.
All right, okay.
If it's not like a
you
snack
come
bar.
to say hi. Come here. Come on, you woke up. She knows I'm going to catch her and make y'all look at her.
Mum, I don't want to go on the TV.
That's what she's saying. She's running away because I went to get her.
So with this one, you can pretty much do the whole of everything else. Don't bother doing under his chin because that's just going to be white. But don't bother leaving that white part there because it's easier to find where to put your white on that bit afterwards. So you're going to cover the whole of his head apart from under his chin, so like a little bib under his chin, and the back of him. You can leave a parallel line down the middle of him so that you can see, it's almost like I've split the back into 3 pieces. So the middle strip we're going to leave for a lighter blue.
So that's going to stay white.
Yeah, leave that white now. We're going to put lighter blue in there. We're going to do the whole of his head. And then these wings, so you want them to overhang in a curve over the orange slightly. So overhang, like just past halfway down in a curve. And then they stop short of the end of the tail, so that they're more obvious as a separate wing.
So just do the whole of the head apart from the little bib underneath.
Yeah.
Boy, near a dove.
Pigeon. So you can just leave the front of his face under his beak, where his beak
So
will
where
be.
you made that line, are you doing that with black?
No, this is the blues. Oh, which line?
On the very back of him, you know, he has the 3 different parts.
No, that's just the darker blue showing through. There's a little bit of black there. We do that afterwards. So you just want the dark blue to come up and leave a parallel line down the middle. That one I'm showing, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's almost like 3 stripes. So this overhangs by a third, and then the middle third is going to be light blue.
So you kind of go right to the bottom of his head, but leave it then.
Yeah, I mean, you can do the front of his face. If you find it easier just to do the whole head, that's fine. You can put the white on top afterwards.
Amy, have you ever carded your, you know, to mix the wool?
Yeah, with dog brushes, slicker brushes.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering, if you've ever done, you know.
Only small amounts though, not to make a big mix of anything. Quite easy to get.
I was just like, for this, doing this bit here.
No, I quite like it to be roughly mixed so that
Yeah.
it gives different sort of depths of colour. But you're going to put the bright blue detail on top anyway. So you don't want to, I'm not aiming for an exact mix. It's kind of trying to bring lots of shades of blue into it without having to put them on separately.
We used big like thicker brushes when I did my first 2D piece. I don't know if you remember, I said I went to an alpaca farm.
Yeah.
Had her own alpacas, and she like sheared them and spun the wool on a like Rapunzel style wheel, and
Cool.
we did 2D art, and we were making big pieces there, so we were using those brushes to, she had a machine but we used the brushes.
Yeah, I've seen them on that Facebook page. Use the machines like spiky rollers, isn't it?
Yeah, that you kind of feed it through and roll it around. Yeah.
Where did you do that at?
In a place outside, so in between Bridgewater and Street, really, on the levels, called Stawell, Stawell, and it's a fabulous place. She has her own little studio.
I'm gonna try that.
Like a outhouse, you know, and she's got fields at the back of her house, and she has this like herd of alpacas. It's so cute. You go out there and shake a bucket of food, and they come galloping down.
Oh,
really?
Does she
cute.
have open days?
I don't know. If I can find her details, I'll send them to you. It's like it's from her home, you know. She's very does it locally.
Because I went to one that sounds in the same similar place, and this lady, but I mean, I just went for an open day, and it was really nice.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know how we found out about it. We kind of take it in turns, me and my friends, to find things to do for us. You know, like one of us will say, "Oh, it'll be my turn," and I'll do some Googling, and that's how I found you, Amy. And you were like lined up, but so yeah, I didn't find her, so I'm not sure how we came across her. But it was wet felting we did then to make.
Well, I've been wanting to try that.
Yeah, it's very therapeutic, like with a muslin.
and wet felting.
So,
You've done that, Amy?
No, I'd like to. I've not tried. The only thing I've tried is to felt a soap.
Now, I just want to start doing that.
But
I just ordered a
wasn't
little
very
$1.99 thing from one of the companies to try it.
Apparently, you can get it really, really hot.
I saw wet felting. What is it?
So it's where you just use wool fibers like this. We were using alpaca wool, obviously, and you like mix it up, make your whatever. We were doing 2D work, but she also does like make hats and scarves and all sorts.
Okay.
Slippers. They do slippers, don't they?
Slippers, yeah. And then you lay it all out. And you like make your picture or whatever it is you're wanting to do, and then you put like a sheer cloth over the top. And
foil. Was it like a voile?
Yeah, like a voile panel, yeah. And then you get it wet. You've got to do it really carefully, and with soaped suds. And then you kind of soap it quite roughly, but keeping the picture still. And then the alkaline in the soap and the friction of you rubbing it felts it.
Yeah. Has it got to be very hot water? Because that's what I think I did wrong.
We didn't do it with hot water.
Okay.
Cold water.
That sounds interesting.
I said to somebody else about covering a soap, and they said, "Oh, it's got to be really hot."
No, we did it with cold.
Yeah, so did you do it, Amy?
No, it wouldn't stick.
That does the felting, and then when you it changes texture eventually to like a much denser, thicker felt, and then you let it dry. We ironed it, and then you use like your fine needles, and you do the fine detail of what, you know, however you want to finish the job.
Yeah, so you need a felt detail.
You felt the detail, yeah.
Oh,
Okay. So you need a
interesting.
felt in the top of it.
Yeah.
And you can embroider the top as well, can't you?
Yeah, plique, embroider. Once you've got the base of, you know, what you're doing.
Well, I'm really interested.
Really fun day.
I'll look it up in a second.
So you want to make sure that the wings and the head are quite well felted down, because you're going to be putting some detail on, and you don't want them just to sink into the fluff. So they've got to be pretty well felted.
It's Alicia, it's called the Studio Apple Knit yarn store. I'll share this to you later. I'll send you a message. How am I doing?
Okay, so
Got both patch.
So that's what I've got. I might do a little bit lower on the.
so basically with the blue, we're creating that side wing.
Yeah, there we got that wing. So to make a nice edge on that wing, just tame in all the random fibres that are sticking out, I just drag and stab with my needle kind of a bit more horizontally. I'm just sort of dragging it along in the direction I want, and they'll just follow my lead. Get a bit more of a defined line that way. Noisy pigeon.
I know.
He's loud, isn't he?
So again, if you've got a multi-needle, you can speed that up. But when you use the multi-needles for doing like a top coat like this, you don't need to stick them in as far, so it can be quicker just to bounce them in and out of the surface.
Yeah, those are the kind of pigeons I want to shoot. Like when you go camping and you happen to camp right next to one's nest.
I always end up next to the tree with all the rooks in. For about 5 minutes.
Oh, I hope we're allowed to go camping again soon.
Me too.
We bought a caravan last year. We've had one for years, but we bought a new one last year and we've used it once, I think.
Oh no.
It seems at the moment really difficult to imagine getting back to any normality, doesn't it?
It does, but then like the talk of the shops all opening up, that just scares me that they're rushing that back to normal. And I know that a lot of people are just going to rush out and, they'll all be at IKEA or...
Trouble is, then those of us that have been locked down have been locked down even longer, won't we?
But it doesn't look like anything's changed.
No. I mean, the numbers are going down, but they're not going to keep going down if we...
keep going out.
Well, the teenagers will definitely make sure that happens.
Yeah, I saw a group of kids out this morning. Oh, well, not long ago, actually.
And now they're saying as of Monday, you can meet 6 people.
Yeah, I heard that.
Thank you.
In some ways, I don't see why 6 people is any worse than one person. If you're
Well, you've still got social distance, haven't you? So
as long as you're not, sharing cups and food things and getting close. I don't think people should be having barbecues, but just having somebody sat near you, is not any worse than being stood in a supermarket, is it?
Well, no, or walking past people in fields, and I walk my dogs, and there's, like I said before, more flipping people out than I've ever seen before.
Yeah, everyone's discovered walking all of a sudden.
I know, must get my exercise. Where have you been the whole 15 years I've lived here and I've never seen you?
It's exactly the same around here.
I mean, it's a good thing. People should enjoy it. We do live in a beautiful part, and I'm not bitter. It's just, it was nicer when it was quieter.
Had it to yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to just keep that felting down until it's nice and smooth.
Can you show me the bottom of your tail? No, I mean like the side, I guess. So you're not going all the way down.
No, so the wings stop short of the tail, yeah.
Okay, I think I might have gone a bit too far.
Don't panic too much. You can either just peel them back a little bit, or you can bring, when you do the turquoisey middle strip, you can bring that round and cut the tail wings off shorter.
There we go. I think I fixed it now. Okay, I see. That's the turquoisey bit. Okay.
So we can do that next. So that turquoisey bit, I've actually mixed 2 blues together. I can't remember what I've sent you, but if you've got like a sapphire or royal blue and a turquoise blue, yeah, so we'll do the same.
Completely different.
Did I send you a royal blue and a sapphire and a turquoise blue? I know I sent you a baby blue, but that's for details. So, yeah. Andrea, is there a middle blue, like a royal blue?
I've got 3, Amy. I've got like that turquoise.
Yeah. So the 2 on the left, Jackie, are probably the 2 I need.
These 2.
Yeah.
The darker and the middle one.
Yeah. No, sorry. 2 on my left.
Those 2.
Yeah, those 2. So,
not the darker one.
No, the darker, sort of bright darker blue is like a sapphire blue, and that is just, we're going to dapple a bit of that on before we do the detail.
Right.
Yeah, those 2 would do, Andrea. So we're going to do that mixing like we did for the first 2 colours. Just use less of the darker one if you've not got like a proper royally blue, then use more of the turquoise. So you're doing this strip down the middle here. You don't need a huge amount of that.
Oh yeah, we got to do his head too. I am so far behind.
You've not covered his head yet?
No, I'm not even close.
Oh dear, me stripping in the middle.
That's right, I'll slow down a bit if you like.
Has everybody else already covered him?
No, I haven't. Well, I could probably just do a stab of mine a lot more over the top to felt it a bit better.
So you just mix these up and go down the back. Yours looks different colour to mine.
Which what?
Yours looks different colour to mine.
That's a baby blue you got there, Jackie. Not that one. I think is that.
I've mixed that one and that other one together.
I can't tell. So
Jackie, mine are all weird.
have you got?
That's the turquoise that I haven't used.
Yeah. Use a bit of turquoise.
But then the other two mixed together has come out like that.
You might have. I can't tell which
That
colour.
one?
It's too hard to see the colors.
Yeah.
That one, is that the one I need?
No, that's the sapphire blue, I think. I don't know if I sent you a bit of baby blue, which is a bit more long, thin fibres.
Yeah, I've got baby blue.
Yeah, you don't want to be using that.
Right.
So keep that.
And I don't want to use a sapphire. Yours looks like sapphire on my screen.
No, it's not. It's like a royal blue and a bit of turquoise. I think I've got a darker turquoise out, to be honest.
A royal blue. So if I put a bit of darkness in it.
Yeah, only a little bit of royal blue. The sapphire is going to do some just like random sort of bits over the wings. Actually, I might go look for my lighter turquoise because I don't think that's
Sapphire. I get so confused. Okay, so that is the one you're using now is not the one that's turquoisey looking.
Well, yeah, you can use your turquoise, but I've mixed it with a bit of a royal blue.
Okay.
So
it's too many names have gone up and I don't know what I'm doing anymore.
It's gonna be like, it's blue. That one's blue.
It's blue.
Blue.
Just
Blue.
blue. As long as it's a different blue. Yeah, you can use the turquoise that you're using for the detail. I'm just going to go and get some bright lighter turquoise.
Okay.
Does anyone know what happens with the face?
Mine just looks like this at the moment.
You've taken it nearly right over.
Oh, yours has got a little pump going on.
I haven't quite
Mine
processed
looks as though he's wearing a balaclava.
it.
A beak is going on, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I just left, and they have a little white chin.
So what have you done near the eye bit?
Oh, nothing. It's blue at the moment. Look.
Blue. Okay, right.
Yeah. I don't know if that's right or not, but that's what it is.
Well, we're doing whatever Rebecca tells us.
Yep, sure, because I know.
You put her second in command.
Yeah.
Rebecca was second in command when you were gone.
Did you have a vote?
No, there was no vote. It's madness, I tell you.
So yeah, you're doing the whole of the head, apart from the chin, unless you want to do the chin and then put white on top, which is fine. You're going up. This strip is going up to the back, the base of the head, the base of the neck, the nape of the neck. And then that bright blue's got to come down and meet the orange. But when you're doing the blue on top of the orange, just make sure you're not going right through to the other side, because you'll push the blue and the white through the orange. So it was all right doing it one way because you didn't have anything to worry about on the other side. But this way you've got to kind of be a bit more careful and maybe do the stabbing on a bit of an angle so that you're going into the white only and not going through the orange. So you just want that to come down and make a bit of a neat edge over the orange, stabbing sideways. What's tickled you?
His head. Look at his face.
Oh.
It's like he's got a drunken. Oh, y'all didn't notice my haircut.
Oh, did your husband do it?
He did the back, and then I just whacked the front off. I just gave up. I was too hot.
It looks very good. I'm trying to grow mine, but I saw some pictures of mine short yesterday, and now I'm thinking about cutting it again.
Mine's normally quite a lot shorter than this.
Yeah. Well, see, with yours, it's a lot harder, Rebecca, because you've got to make it straight when you cut it. Because mine is curly. You just kind of whack on it, you know?
Mm.
Yeah, I'm going to leave it.
Yeah, I think your better bet is to leave it.
Yeah.
I got my husband to
We
cut.
always do when it gets this long and put it up.
Well, that's what I was just like, it was in that in between where it wouldn't stay up and because it was too short, but it wouldn't, it
And on
still was
neck.
on my neck. It touched me.
I got my husband to cut a bob once on me, and it was a bit of a disaster. It was wonky, and then so he'd counteract that by cutting the other side, and then that was too short, so it just kept going backwards and forwards.
Oh,
Make it straight until it was really short.
my blind. I'm not letting him anywhere near me.
I bet he wouldn't do any worse than my husband.
I suppose at least he's got an excuse.
Yeah.
I did let my cousin cut my hair in August. She watched a video on YouTube and it was absolutely magnificent. I mean, she cut it off because it was down past my shoulders. It was really long. And she made it really short.
I'll just go to the hairdressers when I'm allowed.
Yeah, same as. I just try to get it out of the way.
I was thinking that it might be like this might be the rise of the independent mobile hairdresser. You know, when we're allowed to do that again, I'm not going to want to go into a.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be able to for quite a long time. That's the thing.
No.
But you know,
do it in your garden.
yeah, I could wear a mask. She could wear a mask. That might be the way.
Oh, I think the husband's back.
What mine's doing.
Mine goes back to work next week.
We haven't stopped.
No, my husband's not stopped. He's got the week off this week. It should have been a holiday, but obviously.
Yeah, well, it's half term, isn't it? I was off today. We're both off tomorrow.
Say, because aren't y'all sharing the work at the school?
Yeah, I work in school. Well, yeah, I work for the authority, but with schools. So my work, if they're not in, then I can catch up on my admin. But once that's done, you know, I'm kind of done. He manages. He's in IT. He's the DR manager for Somerset County Council. So if we're working, he's working, basically, making sure all of our systems are working.
What do you do with this blue in the middle of the wings at the tail end? Can I see what you've done? Oh, gosh, my wings are a lot longer.
That's all right. I think mine was on this one's a bit longer.
Yeah, mine have gone almost to the end.
Yeah, they can go pretty much, well, like a centimetre or so.
Yeah.
On the tail, it's fine.
Yeah, I mean they're not on the tail.
Mine are.
You can just bring that bright blue round to cut them off a bit shorter if you want to.
I'm not convinced I've got the right blue.
I don't know what, unless you've used the baby blue.
No, I haven't used that. No.
You haven't used the baby blue and you haven't used the sapphire blue, so you must have, unless I didn't send you the right blues.
I don't know. Yours just looks a lot more
colour on your screen.
Did I send yours late, Jackie?
I can't remember.
Wasn't a late request, was it?
No, I can't remember when it came. No, I put this one ages ago.
No. Are you right, Sue?
Yeah, I'm just trying to see whether I got the right blues now. Is that the right
I
blue?
have weird
I can't
blues,
see the back of him. Yeah, they look all right, yeah.
Yeah.
As long as they're a contrast to the wings and...
Right, let's
The
find a
baby blue, is that almost like got a lilac tinge to it? The baby blue.
Yeah.
Yeah? Oh, that's right then.
My blues are definitely weird.
Actually, I've just found a light.
Hold on a minute, hold on.
I don't know which turquoise I sent you all. I've got more of a bright turquoise there.
That's better. I can see.
I got this one.
Yeah, that looks like turquoise. So you can, if you've not got that down your back, put a little bit of that just spread out randomly. I've just added that to mine because mine was a bit dark. But that's the turquoise that you want to use for your details.
It's just really hard to tell the colors.
Yeah, now it's getting dark. It is difficult.
That doesn't look at all like what it looks like to me.
No, you want more a lighter turquoise if you've got one. Have you got a lighter, brighter turquoise?
This.
Oh yeah, I've got a tiny bit like that.
Yeah, that's probably better, Alicia.
What's that for? The strip down the back?
Yeah,
I need to mix it with that blue.
Yeah, I've mixed it, but
Yeah, I'll mix. Yeah.
It's better to be a bit lighter so it sort of stands out a bit more vibrant.
Maybe if I look at a kingfisher on my computer.
Oh no, don't do that. You'll realise that mine are nothing like.
Don't worry.
Just looking at the color.
Give me artistic license.
Oh yeah. I can tell way better now. Yeah. It's just because of the color in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah, that definitely is better, the light one.
Actually, I don't know if I could turn my light up brighter.
At this time of night, I find I can't see anything right with the color.
Don't really get any back.
Like, no, come here. Come here. You want some love? You want some treats?
Yes. What have you got?
Yeah. Any chocolate?
I made some fudge. I made some fudge yesterday in the slow cooker. That's another.
I do chocolate orange fudge in the slow cooker. It's amazing.
I did Biscoff. Biscoff.
Ooh.
Is that what it's called?
Oh,
Biscoff
yummy.
bread.
It's so easy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Say that again?
I did Lotus Biscoff spread fudge.
Really?
You just use chocolate and condensed milk.
Yeah.
And so that's like your base, and then you put whatever flavors you want with it. But you don't have to get it to the right temperature like you do with normal fudge.
Yeah, that's what I can't make fudge.
So
I even bought one of those kits and I failed.
What was that, Rebecca?
You could if you used your slow cooker.
Yeah.
Literally, you put it in, turn it on.
You've got to stir it every 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, then pour it out and let it set.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Right, I'm going to do my strip.
Me strip too.
Not that kind of fun.
Yeah, no.
Not that kind of
Everybody close your eyes. Oh, y'all wait till you hear this. So Monday, I went for a walk with the dog, and there's ducks down the street. And so I noticed that she had a hole in her fence. And so I was peeking in, looking at the ducks. And I was like, oh, little duckies. So Tuesday, I announced very loudly, because I was talking to my friend, and I'm quite loud, obviously. And that I was like, oh, I'm going to look through the fence hole again, and I'm going to see the ducks. And so I looked in the hole in the fence, and there she was, naked in the backyard sunbathing.
Oh, no. Did she jump up quick?
Well, she was face down, but it was still really embarrassing. I'm like, I'm never going to be allowed to look at the ducks again.
Is the hole still in the fence? Maybe maybe she does it on purpose.
I did say to her, because she's one of these young ones, and I did say to her, if you might want to cover the hole in the fence because you can see straight in.
Oh my God.
But you do have to kind of go up to the fence, and look through.
I wonder how many times your husband's been down to look at the ducks.
She said says she's a skinny thing, so.
Not his cup of tea then.
No.
Oh,
I was like, I want to see the ducks. I want to see them. And then so today I was all depressed because I couldn't go and look at the ducks.
because you can't risk it now.
Hell no. I'm still turning red now thinking about it. I was so embarrassed. I wasn't embarrassed to see her. I was embarrassed to be like the peeping Tom neighbor. You know, I don't care if she's running around naked. It's just embarrassing that I
Just
peeped
that it
on
looks
her.
like you were spying on her.
Yeah. I mean, I was talking to the ducks and going quack, quack before I even looked through the hole.
Oh my goodness.
Because they always are going quack, 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 quack,
Is
quack.
that different enough?
Yeah.
I'm loving the duck
good.
impression.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that looks different. Yeah, that's contrasting enough. I mean, it won't. Once you get the details on the back, it won't stand out so much of a strip. If you see what I mean.
Yeah.
I think it's not bad.
Yeah, Andrea, the back of yours, you might want to just bring your dark blue up a little bit more so that strip's a bit more narrow.
Oh, I might need to do that on mine too then.
Oh, I need some more dark blue.
Yeah, maybe at the top, narrow it in at the top a little bit. I mean, I don't know why it needs that. That's just how I do it.
How's that, Amy? Is
Yeah,
that more?
that looks,
Put more
Where did it
turquoise in it.
go?
yeah, that looks like it's a bit brighter, yeah.
Right, how's this one?
Yeah, it's quite narrow on the back of them.
Yeah, Sue, that looks all right, yeah.
And this lighter colour now goes all the way over the end of his tail.
Yeah.
Definitely think mine's too wide.
What, the blue strip?
Yeah. That's okay. Put more blue on.
Trouble is, once I've done a few of something, I stop looking at the real thing, and I just do it from memory or do it from another.
Because you know what you're doing.
Yeah, but then they sort of stray from the truth a little bit, then, don't they?
Yeah.
Like Chinese whispers.
Well, that's like my giraffe. I mean, I was posting online trying to ask everybody how many legs he should have, 2 or 3, because 4 would not fit.
Oh no, he looks really good.
Because he's a cartoon, so.
Yeah.
And no monkey looks like the monkey. Our idea of a monkey is not what a real monkey looks like.
No, he's really sweet. Did you use the mouse technique to sort of? Did you do it?
No.
You didn't do it on a pipe.
I never did anything like that until today before. I mean, the only thing I know about felting is what you taught me. I was like, I've never done anything. So I just did his tail and twirled it, you know.
Yeah.
I just made it all by hand, just messing about.
It turned out well.
Thank you. Nope, you've gotten me addicted now. I come back up when it's time to go to bed and Gordon finds me in here poking at things. He's like, you gotta go to bed.
You tell him he's not the boss of you.
He says, my turn to poke.
Yeah, I wish.
And just
No, I'm kind of looking forward to him going back to work so I can do what I want. I feel like, you know, I need to cook him lunch and, you know,
I'm hoping, because I'm getting this shed workshop thing built in the garden, I hope I can give myself time to sit out there and use it. And
yeah, do.
Because I don't during the day normally. It's normally in the evening. So I'm hoping I'll find it in it sort of a bit of a inspiring place to just sit and felt.
Oh, I mean, I love having my room up here. And he goes out to his workshop, so we only see each other at lunch.
Did you
But
say
I
you
feel
were
obligated to cook for him.
What did you say, Rebecca?
So did you say you were a teacher, Alicia?
Yes, but I'm quitting.
Sorry?
I'm quitting. I refuse to go back.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, well, how do you feel about the?
Yeah, well, I'm in negotiations with them right now.
Yeah. Weren't they supposed to be making a decision today? The 28th, they were supposed to be making a final decision on.
I think all schools are kind of treating it differently, aren't they? I don't know.
I know in Somerset we're not enforcing it if schools don't think they're ready.
No.
Or they don't have the space or the
Staff.
capacity or the staff, absolutely, because there are some of their staff that couldn't go in if they wanted to. And
well, my school and I have been in as Amy knows, have been parting ways for a while now.
Yeah.
They've been in special measures and they're being taken over. And
you're gonna just needle felt full time, Alicia.
Amen, sister. I'm actually, the name thing I made, I'm gonna try to start doing that.
Yeah, you should.
And make them for people and their pets. And I've already got an order for a business.
Oh, well done.
Cupcakes.
I hope I get commission.
What did you make? What did you make, Alicia? What name thing?
The giraffe, the T on it.
The giraffe one I was showing, it says Terran when you put it all together.
Ah.
The O is the lion's face. And that's his O.
Yeah.
For his name.
So cute. Yeah, if you like doing it.
Yeah, I mean, I won't make it. I'll still have to work part-time somewhere, but.
Yeah, well, you can always do supply.
Yeah, no, it was like the last straw of leaving teaching in this country.
Yeah.
I just very much disagree with the system.
Yeah, I know a lot of teachers who feel the same at the moment.
So, I mean, we keep having union meetings, but nothing ever happens.
I was a teacher as well, Alicia.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I quit too.
Yeah.
I didn't agree with what we had to do anymore with kids.
Yep.
Teaching to test.
Yep,
Yeah,
that's it.
Children in boxes.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Telling them they can't do art because we haven't finished our literacy yet, and yet all day.
Yep. And see, I moved to a Steiner school on purpose, and then the government closed them down. So once that happened, I was like, I'm done with it.
Have the government actually shut them down, or was it to do with results, whether they were performing to standards or?
We had very, very high GCSE results.
Oh.
They came into all of the state-funded schools and failed them the minute they walked in the door. It didn't matter.
Oh. Was that Ofsted?
There was actually a letter about it that got leaked. That was sent from the education minister to the Ofsted person.
Oh dear. What, telling them?
I'm not saying that the school I was at was doing a very good job, because they could have been doing a lot better, but we were really working on it.
Yeah.
But it's a whole different method of teaching and learning, and we didn't want to conform to the test, and they said because we weren't conforming, then we had to close.
We were failing, yeah.
Yeah, so it was just stupidity, if that makes any sense.
All the sense.
Okay, so we're going to start building these patches on the face next. It's quite tricky to get them, in the right places so they all fit together. So if to find that, you should have a little bit of white fibre that was floating about with your colours. So make sure you're not using the pillow stuffing, just use some white fibre. So we'll just cover that that piece on his face there. And you want to make sure that that is going to meet your beak, or be behind your beak.
This illustrious beak.
I don't know, the beaks I sent out, did I leave a wire in the back of them or not?
Yes.
I've got a big one and a little one. Why have I got a big one and a little one?
Well, in case you made a big kingfisher or a little kingfisher.
Then Jackie needs a little one.
Yeah, so you might need a little one, Jackie. Everyone else
And
might.
I need a monster one.
So just place your beak on the front and just work out where the white needs to come up to, really. So you don't want
Oh, I see.
you don't want the white to come up too high so that your beak's going to be up here or too low that the beak. So you want the beak to be pretty much in the middle of the front of the face, height-wise.
I use him for my pretend beak.
Oh yeah.
Yep, Rebecca, I got me a pipe cleaner.
Yeah,
I've got some pipe cleaners just here.
I was like, there we go, I got a beak.
Or you could use, if you've got a needle on a handle, you could use the needle on a handle like that.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Perhaps I'll just shove that.
Yeah, your beaks. Have you got silk clay, all of you, or steamer?
Yeah. The stuff you told me to buy, whatever that is.
What did you get, Jennifer? Did you
I
get?
got some Fimo, Fimo,
Oh, you've made one already.
but I don't know if I've made them flat enough.
All right. Well, I'll roughly go through the beak process in a minute, but obviously those of you that have got to make it tonight, they might not. They won't.
Just make mine tomorrow.
I think that one might be better.
They don't take long to dry.
Where did you get the silk clay from? I did look and couldn't see it.
eBay, I mean, Amazon. Everything I own comes from Amazon.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The Amazon guy and I, we have a relationship.
Yeah, same.
So the silk clay, I just make a little space. You don't have to make one now, but I'll just show you the technique I use anyway.
What colour are you using?
I use black and then I use nail varnish to sort of give it a few different tones.
Okay.
So I take a piece, I'm obviously going to lengthen this piece, but before I do that, I kind of wrap the end of it around something like a pen or your handle to give it a bit of a curve on the base.
Right.
And then roll it to elongate it out to a point. And I'll measure it for you so that you've got some idea. This one I made is just over 4.5 centimetres, sort of 5 centimetres-ish for a bigger kingfisher probably. And then that curve needs to be that way round when you place it down, that way round. And then you flatten it slightly, the beak. And then I turn it on its side and with a knife or with your needle, just do a straight line down each side. You've got to be very careful with this silk clay. It's soft that, you know, if you're holding it too tight, you'll change the shape. So you've got to be quite gentle with it. A thin, sharp knife is better for that, to be honest. So you want it to be a little bit flat. And can you see what I'm doing? And then I make 2 nostrils on the top. So either with the pointy end and just sort of lever it in and out a little bit. An angle, so they're not sort of round.
Baby, come over.
There's my
So
head.
I do that. I don't know if you can see it.
Well, that's helpful. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got that curve on the
Where's
end
my ruler?
to help it mold to stick to the shape of the face. And then once that's dry, they take an hour or 2 to dry. Once that's dry, I've got some nail varnishes that aren't too sort of, I don't know what the word is. Is opaque when it's see-through, or is that when it's not see-through?
No, opaque is when it's like cloudy.
Cloudy?
So clear, but like a cloudy texture, like lemonade.
Yeah, so my nail varnishes are a bit opaque, so when I put a coat on, you can still see the black through it a little bit.
Yeah.
So I've used like a reddish colour underneath, and what I do is I paint it on a bit and then I sort of rub it off again with my finger, and then I've got like a dark browny and a greeny sort of tone on the top, which I've just done, and it just stops it being so much of a matte flat colour.
Yeah.
Or you could use marker pens or acrylic, but if you've got some nail varnish, then that works. So the face, so you've done that, the white on the bottom of the face. What we could do later on is build that out slightly so that it comes up the beak slightly. So now you can do this. So with that mix that you used on the back of the body, that light blue mix, if you've got any of that left, you can use a bit more of that to do that sort of lower cheek panel there. So it's from the bottom of the head, from the white.
Oh, the turquoisey thing.
It's wider here, and it sort of tapers back like a can't think what shape that is. Like that shape. Kind of a quarter of a circle. Like that.
I'll deal with you later. I don't have time for you.
Oh, God.
So what you could do now is it's up to you whether you do both sides now and you keep up if you're confident you're going to keep up, or you can just do one side now and then mirror it later on if you feel like you're going to struggle to keep up, or just do a bit of both if you're happy to do both. Or we can do one whole side now and then all flip it.
Let's do that one side. That'd be great if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Do you take that to a point, Amy?
Yeah, so it's kind of like it's kind of arched down to a point there where the bottom of the head ended. Doesn't look very pointy on the camera, but it is.
Do I just leave this beak to dry then? How does this look?
Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, maybe a bit flatter.
There's also like fatter this way.
Flatter, yeah. So flat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So did you put some wire in it, Amy?
The reason there was wire sticking out of it was when I nail varnished it so that it could dry.
So we don't need wire to attach it?
No, not really. I just glued them straight on, to be honest.
Oh, okay.
So then once you've done that piece of blue, we're going to do a piece of orange. So if we do this whole bit of orange rather than two separate pieces, because we can put the black on top. So this whole piece of orange is going to go from just above the white, so towards the middle of the front of the face. And then, I've got a bit too much there. And then it's going to come back higher so that you leave this sort of triangle there.
Right, I'll leave him there to dry.
Oh, a kingfisher is very like fancy.
Yeah, showy, not showy.
Right.
So what does a girl look like?
I think they're both the same.
Oh, they get to be pretty too?
Yeah.
Usually the boy is the only one that gets to be pretty.
Okay. White. I need to do the white fibre.
Oh,
Where
sorry.
is my bird? There you are.
So this is like a eye sort of streak, bit of a 80s across the middle of the eye.
So is that the same colour as the body, Amy?
Yeah, same
Yeah.
colour as the tummy.
Thank you.
Yeah, that looks good, Andrea. You've used the lighter orange, but that's fine.
Yeah, I don't have any other colour.
Oh, yeah, you ran out, didn't you?
Yeah.
It's fine, yeah.
Right, so where are you white, please?
It's your pigeon, Andrea.
It is. It is. I was on mute to stop it.
Is that why we weren't hearing from you?
So you've got that light blue mix, or just the turquoise if you haven't got any of the mix left.
Is the blue a bit fat, Amy?
Yeah, well, you can alter that with the white, to be honest. You can just overlap it.
Okay.
So when you put the white on, you can adjust that. It's just kind of a strip that goes from the bib bit back and sort of tapers off into the neck. And then the orange comes from above the...
Oh, I see.
It's going to be sort of disappearing into under the beak, and then...
She's already ahead of me.
It could have come higher there, to be honest, but I can just use the white to tame that up. I can tell. My husband and kids never shut the lounge curtains. They're sat in there watching telly in the dark, and I can see the telly reflecting on the neighbour's door. Mind you, I'm sat here with the lights on and it's dark outside. I don't like doing that. I'm going to go shut the curtains.
You getting on okay, Jackie?
I'm not sure. I look a bit heavy-handed on the sides, I think.
Aw, that's what mine looks like.
Oh, well, hopefully I'm right then.
See, that's mine.
I haven't
Yeah,
got the
so
split
white on
screen.
his face. I haven't got anywhere near any stripage yet. Hold on.
What needle are you using, Rebecca? I don't know whether you could use a different needle.
Oh, I probably could. I'm just trying to get his white the right shape. I'm using a single one just for a moment.
Yeah.
Um,
But these bits don't need to be felted like very smoothly flat at this point. I mean, you can.
yeah, I'm just trying to get the kind of shape right.
Yeah.
Is that about right?
Okay, so now I'm sticking his white on. Oh, no.
Yeah. So
Yep,
we're going.
nope, nope.
Yes, Rebecca, that looks about right.
Yeah, thank you.
There's mine there, look. They're different to each other, to be honest.
Oh, yeah, okay. Right, so I've done the white, and then I'm doing a stripe of blue and then a stripe of brown.
Yeah, so the blue stripe is like a quarter of a circle almost, starting there and then arching over, but then tapering off to a point at the sort of top of the wing.
Yeah.
Ooh. Then that's the rust, the other one. So the white...
I'm going to call mine David Bowie.
Ooh, I like it.
We're going to fill that gap in, that white, and you can use the white just to sharpen off that orange if you wanted to, or make it higher, lower. And that white again wants to kind of taper off to a point at the top of his wing. You want this to sort of create the line that would be the top of his wing meeting the bottom of his head. It's funny how different it looks on camera. To me, I can't see that little lump there, that little hump. It must just be the angle of the camera. Looks quite different, really. So remember, you could do that sort of stab and drag to get the edges a bit more defined.
It's amazing how that works.
Yeah. You can guide it into a shape a lot easier doing that.
I don't know. I feel like I'm talented when it comes to this.
Good. You find your.
Well, you know what I mean? Like, you know, like you go and you take all these art drawing classes and then you look like an idiot. And I feel like I can actually do this. I don't think it's because I'm good at it. I just think it's something that's
doable.
Yeah, and once somebody's
No,
good at teaching,
you've
like you're
got-
really good.
You seem to have the knack. Yep, Sue, that looks fine. Yeah, you could just kind of
Bonnie, shut your face.
elongate it a bit back, further to the back of his head.
Okay.
Your patches seem to end sort of halfway along his head, whereas mine are heading back almost to that
Oh, right, yeah.
closer to the stripe down the back. So
Yeah.
kind of stretch them across the side of his face a bit more, so that I mean, this one, they almost cover nearly the whole of the side of his face. I might just bring that orange up a bit higher, actually, looking at that.
Heidi, what does yours look like? Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's looking good.
Looks pretty.
I've made mine far too big again, and my little the white will tidy it up.
Fine. Yeah, Andrea, that looks fine.
How's that looking? Is that any better?
Andrea, yeah, that does look a bit better.
Yeah.
Okay. Andrea, the white, the end of your white almost looks a bit square, as if it's coming sort of straight down
What,
here.
this?
Maybe you could, yeah, maybe you could use a bit of the dark blue or take some of the white off just to make it, it sort of follows the shape of the head round a bit more of a gradual slope. It's not a square shape.
Bonnie,
If anybody wants to look at kingfisher pictures online, that you might sort of see what I'm aiming at.
Go like that.
Yeah, that looks better, yeah.
He looks like a kaleidoscope.
Yeah. Yeah, it does look like a sort of squirrel. Right.
Cool. He doesn't look anything like a kingfisher.
Oh, he will.
Yeah, once you put an eyeball on it, that's like when I made that little mouse. It looked like, I thought, these people are crazy. I don't know how these people make any money. And I put those eyeballs on and it looked just like a little mouse.
So you can add a patch of black where the eye is going to sit, which splits. So it splits that orange nearly where the white, the orange in the corner.
Okay, so kind of in the middle of the orange above the teal.
Yeah. Something's not looking right about mine, to be honest. I can't work out what it is. And then either with black or navy blue, you can sort of make a bit of a dark line down here as a bit of a shadow area.
Ah, okay.
And above where that black is on the orange, you can just bring a bit of, almost like a bit of an eyebrow with black, just a little bit of a dark patch off there. That looks really weird now.
So is the black like a line rather than a round?
The black for the eye,
Yeah.
kind of like a rectangle, short end at the bottom.
Like that?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the eye I sent you, I'm not sure which size I sent you actually.
Yeah, I was going to say, what size do y'all have?
What size did I send you? Is it about 5mm that I sent you? So you could try your eye on, just to make sure that it's not way smaller than the patch. It wants to be so that the patch is just going to be a tiny bit wider than the eye. To give you some idea of how wide the eye patch wants to be.
Okay.
I'll leave that exact thing there.
Have you put a line of dark underneath the white and the turquoise?
Yeah, so you can put a tiny bit of black along there and above the eye in like an eyebrow as well.
Okay.
Yeah, you went a little further. Okay.
My rust needs to come out a little bit more.
So I think those, I can measure that eye actually. I reckon it's 6mm. Yeah, 6mm eye I've got there, Alicia, but
Okay.
it depends on the size of your head, I suppose. You might want slightly bigger head. Andrea, you managed to give me a clap and a thumbs up, I think.
Oh, have I?
Looks like, oh no, is that me? Oh, no, that's choices. Sorry, no, it's on my screen. I can give. There you go. Oh, I've given me some.
I think I should have to get myself a stronger light. I'm struggling with the colours.
I've got quite a good one from Amazon. It was about 12 or 13 pounds, and it's like a flexible arm with a ring sort of light on the top, and you've got a choice of like a white light or a yellow light or warm white, whatever.
Really, that's nice for such a cheap price.
And it's got a clip on it, so you can clip it to the side of a tray or something.
All right.
It's really good light. That's not what I'm using now, but I do use it when I'm sat felting.
I can't see myself.
Yeah, Alicia, you're
That eye too big?
possibly, yeah.
Okay.
Your white stripe at the back almost wants to elongate and go to more point. It looks quite squared off, so
Okay. Oh, I see.
taper it back towards the back
Yeah.
of the neck a little bit more.
Yeah. Okay. Let me get that. I can fix that. See,
Amy,
that's what I like about needle felting. You can fix that.
Yes, Andrea?
I'm going to have to sign off now. I've got to go to work tomorrow, so I've got some stuff to do before I go
Oh,
to bed.
that's a shame.
Oh.
So I'll send you the video and you can...
Oh, that'd be
finish off.
fantastic.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah.
Bye, Andrea.
Nice
Bye.
to see
Nice to
you.
see you all.
Bye.
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 Sorry.
That's okay.
Right.
So I think actually I was thinking we could do the other side if we wanted to at another time, but you kind of need to do both sides of the head so that you can do the top of the head, really.
Oh, yeah.
So if you can mimic that on the other side pretty quickly, then we'll do that. So just keep an eye on them from above and from the front to make sure that they match the other side, and so that from the top they don't they're not lopsided.
Why this takes me so long?
No, I said last time I did a workshop I ought to do 2 at once, really. I'd get 2 things made. Not saying that everyone's slow, but because I know where I'm putting everything, I can just get it done quick.
Yeah.
I ought to be making twice.
Well, we are slow. That's okay. I'm happy to own that.
It's okay to be slow when you're...
This is my first time.
Mm-hmm. You're learning.
The first time at a kingfisher.
Yeah.
Well, like what I was saying is it's so forgiving, I think.
Yeah, it is.
You can pull things out, put more things on.
Yeah, overlap things.
When drawing, you actually have to have talent.
Yeah, I can't draw anything.
I thought I was quite talented.
You are very talented. I told you that the other day. I was looking at some of those things and I was like, those things are ugly. I was just like, how are these people making a business out of this? I mean, I know that Claire's person has all kinds, but most of her stuff, I mean, I don't want to offend anybody, but Amy's was like 100 times more.
No. Is Claire's the lady that, I don't know if she's the lady that I bought some fibre off of on the other side of Bristol. Is it from Bristol? Do you know?
I don't remember it being from Bristol.
No, there's a lady that does workshops, and she does like a sitting fox and a sitting badger and a sitting rabbit. They're pretty much all the same pose, but a different animal. She does workshops from home, but I think she does do them another place. I can't remember what her name is, but she does have a large stock of World of War that she sells. She's got it in her house in her spare.
Well, it might be her then. I just didn't pay attention to where it was from. I mean, yeah, because they're horrible.
I wouldn't say hers were horrible, but they're not realistic.
I'll just say that I'm not the business person, so you have to be nice.
No, it can't be the same person. I don't think you'd say hers were horrible.
The one that how can I copy this picture and send it to you?
What, does she send it on my Facebook? What sort of thing does she
Facebook go, this is the one that was horrible.
It's this little fox and there's a little sheep and
are they sat like moon gazing sort of position? Yeah, that looks good, Rebecca.
I don't know. It's just, you have to look it up. Don't you got a computer you can look it up on?
Yeah, she's using it.
Not right now. Kind of busy with that.
If I do that, I'll never get done. I will have to send it to you later.
Yeah.
Okay. It's just cracking me up though, because when I saw those, I was like, good gravy. I would be embarrassed. I know that sounds very rude, and I apologize. There are some really cute things.
I think I have been on a website looking for things to buy, and I did probably think the same as you. I don't think it is the woman I'm thinking of in Bristol.
But this was embarrassing, is all I have to say. Everything we make in your workshop is superior by a million. And that's not an exaggeration.
That's finished.
Wow. You haven't seen mine yet.
I see them when she posts them, and by the time we all get done, they all look decent.
Yeah, I'm always impressed with everybody's results, to be honest. There's been a couple. Ow, that'll teach me. Karma. There's only been a couple when I've thought, oh, this isn't your thing, but generally, I'm always impressed. Got a big hole in my finger now.
Oh.
Isn't that like it's supposed to happen, isn't it?
Yeah. I was just trying to flatten his head off a bit more.
Still on this one side. Oh my God, I'm never going to finish. I can watch the video.
I'm the same as you. I've got one side with just that. I haven't got any black. I haven't got an eye.
Yeah.
I'm going to do the colour on the other side, and then I'll do the.
Yeah, if you've got the colour patches on the other side, then we can
move forward.
On, yeah, with the top of the head.
Mine looks like some kind of freakazoid now with that eyeball on it.
Mine looks a bit weird in the front. It looks quite evil. It looks like it's wearing a face mask.
It's like,
oh dear.
He's got like going to murder everybody.
Like Hannibal Lecter.
Ear itches.
Come on, woman, do the patches. Where are we?
Now what am I doing? I have no clue what I'm doing anymore.
So will you be able to send me the video, Amy, or am I not going to be able to get it if I haven't got whatever you said, Dropbox?
I'm not sure. Has anybody used Dropbox before? Do you need a Dropbox account to access a Dropbox?
No, you just shared the link on Zoom.
Yeah.
I downloaded it.
Oh, yeah, but that was the Zoom link.
Oh, so you can't even
I
save
could do-
this one to
I could
Zoom
do that.
anymore?
So you downloaded it onto what, Rebecca?
I just clicked download and it just came up on my computer.
Oh, right.
So it's probably just in a download file. I didn't save it anywhere special.
I don't know how it works if you download it onto a phone or iPad, but yeah, that's so that, Jackie, I can send you the link for the saved recording on Zoom, but you'd have to go on and download it pretty quickly because I've got to delete them to make space for the next one. So what I do is I then save it to a file and then I save it to a Dropbox. So if you don't get it saved, it's still available, but through Dropbox. So have a go. When I send you the Zoom link for the recording, have a go at downloading it. Don't just watch it, or don't think you can come back to it whenever you want because it might not be there. You have to download it to your device.
Yeah, I knew I had to do that because you'd said,
yeah,
I'm going to delete it on Sunday or something. So I downloaded it.
A bit complicated for me.
I don't know how much.
Good.
I don't know how much room I've got there actually. Whether I've even got room for this. I forgot to have a look.
Well, I'll download it straight away if you send it.
Yeah.
Because I'm never going to finish this, so I anticipate.
Amen.
Yeah, the details on the wings are a bit time consuming. So once we've had a go at that and got the hang of what you need to do, you can do that in your own time easily enough. And I'll
I never let anybody look at both sides. I should be okay. Trying to make it symmetrical when you can't see it is not easy.
So, nope.
I got one orange patch a lot shorter than the other, and I haven't got much orange left.
Oh dear.
So Amy, do you have like a tripod that you stand your phone on, or how do you make it stay where we can see what you're doing?
It's on top. I've got a light box, and it's on top of the light box, looking through the hole.
Oh, like just literally. Oh, okay. Well, my mom's always trying to see what I'm doing, and I'm trying to hold the thing, and
Right. Yeah. No.
I can't figure it out. How to show her.
They're only about £15, but
A light box.
Yeah.
Where do you get it?
eBay. These were. It's about the size of. Well, it's kind of like a laptop and a half square.
And does it like have a light in it actually, or you're using where the light goes for the camera?
Got 2 strips. Here you go. I'll show you. It's got 2 strips of light.
Oh.
2 light strips. A hole in the top. It's like a pop-up box.
Do you find it obtrusive to work in though?
Yeah, a little bit. I wouldn't choose to work in it. No.
Yeah, only just for the workshops.
Yeah. The light's quite good, but then I think it's a bit too white as well, so it makes your eyes ache. But I don't know if that's partly to do with me looking in there and then looking at the screen as well. Another thing you can do is behind where the beak is going to go, you could plonk a bit of black there, just so that the beak's not sat on the white.
This is getting dodgier by the minute.
You always get to this point with everything and then it all comes good in the end.
Oh, but it looks like his face is too wide.
So should the beak not sit onto the white then?
No, so I've just overlapped a bit of black where I want the beak to be.
Okay.
Just so that the beak's not just, it looks too stuck on if you just stick it on the white.
Yeah, mine kind of goes on the bottom of the colour. So it's not on the white.
Oh right, yeah, put some black there just to to blend it into the head a bit more.
Okay.
And you can at this point decide if you want to build out the front of the face a little bit. So if you look at him, his face does sort of come out, so it depends on the shape of your face already. This is sort of built up, it just sort of overhangs a little bit, so you can build up that little bit of white, so that it's kind of like a throat coming up in front of his, underneath his beak. So you can just build that out a little bit so that it...
Is that looking anything like Amy? It looks a bit chubby to me.
I can't see. Yeah, no, that looks good.
Oh, that looks pretty.
He looks a bit chubby.
We've done it from this end, but it's up to you if you want to alter it in any way. So yeah, just put a smudge of black behind the beak.
Okay, now how's that? Oh, God, no.
Much of black. Now that is, where are we?
You right, Sue, what are you talking about? The black behind the beak?
Yeah, that's it. I got it. Yeah.
Yeah, so it does overlap that white a little bit, or it depends where your beak's going to naturally sit. If it naturally sits above the white, then that's just put the black there. So wherever you want the beak to sit, just
Okay.
a patch of black that's slightly bigger, just to give the beak base to sit into without it looking too stuck on.
So you leave it fairly fluffy like that, do you, underneath?
Yeah, you can do, yeah. Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah.
So you can build that out with the white. That's something you can do after you've added the beak as well, if you wanted to, just to flute the throat up.
I might tidy this up later. I am not getting very much in the way of symmetry going on here.
Like Alicia said, nobody's going to notice if you don't show them both sides at once. Don't know where Alicia's gone. So we need to move on in a second. We'll move on to the markings on the wings and the head. And then that is something that you can do part now and part later if you want to. So if you've got a sapphire blue, oops, you can just take a few little patches of it and just stab them down just randomly and quite spread out. So, you know, it's just adding a little bit of a more vibrant tone to it.
So just stab it in patches, really?
Yeah, just fine thin patches that are spread out a little bit.
How big?
So I'm just doing it not very big. I don't know if
Okay.
Just doing it mostly on the top half of the wing. So just a little bit spread out randomly. I think that's the only place I bothered to put it.
So only on that very top part of the wing?
Yeah, so the top half of the wing doesn't really matter, but
Well,
just,
all the way towards the tail, or?
pretty much, yeah.
Which is sapphire. This one, I guess. This is...
So just spread You can spread it out into a bit of a mesh just so that it's showing through the colours underneath, but still adding a little bit of another depth of colour. So you shouldn't need too much of that. It's just, I don't know if you can see it in this light. Not quite. Doesn't quite pick up the colours very well, does it? Looks like black with blue on top now on there, but
There.
so we're going to do that. You can do one wing if you want, and then we'll work through one wing. So I'll go through the markings with you. So you want a lighter sort of turquoise if you've got a choice.
Like the one that's on the back of him?
Yeah, just the turquoise. So you're going to start with a few stripes that are going to come up from the bottom of the wing here. So I've got like 4 stripes of turquoise there, and then I've dabbed a little bit of baby blue in between them. So they don't have to be perfectly neat. I've just caught that. So a little strip of blue like that. I'm just catching it at the bottom of the wing and kind of dragging it and arching it up to a point. And then just taming in the random fibres. So you don't need very much. And they can be quite thin. And you're aiming for 3 or 4 stripes. I'm going to fit one in this gap here rather than go the other way.
Oh, which one shall I use for this?
Is that turquoise or baby blue?
Turquoise.
Turquoise.
Yeah, so they're about 1.5 centimetres long, and they're just down that end of the wing, but they kind of follow the line of the back of the wing up, like a little arch almost. And they're quite rough. They're not like very neat. Can be quite fuzzy. And then you're going to do some more. Kids are going to bed. Good night. You're going to do some more down the back, the top of his wing. So again, there's some in baby blue and turquoise on here. So I've got another 4 turquoise ones, about the same sort of size, and they're going to arch from the top of his wing down, and this section of his wing, the top section of his wing.
So did you just like stare at pictures when you come up with this to start?
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny because sometimes I look at needle felted things and kind of use that, but then if I do that and then I look at a real thing, I think, oh, I should have used the real thing. It's not a good idea to use needle felted animals to copy because they're, I don't know, you kind of, people...
Well, they're interpreted, aren't they?
Yeah. But then you'd probably find the same if you looked at a real kingfisher compared to mine. And like I said, you it's a bit like Chinese whisperers. Once you've done a few, you kind of just think you know what you're doing and you stop looking for reference. So I've done, oh, dropped half my stuff. Down from that top edge like that. I might put another one on actually. Bring it down a bit lower.
So it's still all turquoise. You haven't used the baby blue yet.
No, I kind of do that in between at the end just to add a little bit more of a different tone in. So that drag and stab is quite good for these, just to get them to follow the direction you want them to go in without them being too fussy.
Show me the ones at the top again a minute, Amy. Okay.
Okay, no, that one's that one. That just looks weird.
You can do both sides if you're ahead, but otherwise just finish one side and we'll move on to the dots.
Ah,
There we go.
So then the dots, just put a small amount of fibre on. You're going to do kind of a row of dots, they're about 1 centimetre apart, that follows the line of this wing. So try not to just stab in the middle of the dot, because you'll just drag it all into one hole and lose it all down inside. So try and almost do like a bit of a circular stabbing or a swirl. You can kind of swirl it.
I'm not happy with me lines at all. They're too fat. I'm getting too much fibre, I think.
Yeah, you need a lot less than you realise. You can just pluck them off if you're not happy with them.
No, I'm not. I'll leave them in place, and then hopefully, if I can get this video, then I can.
Yeah, so you don't need very much for the stripes or the dots. Better off working with less and then adding extra on. So my dots are about the size of the top of a match head.
Okay.
You don't want them too big. And they're about 1 centimetre apart.
Which is this the same colour?
Yeah. So you can just attach it in the middle, but then kind of do this drag thing where you kind of swirl it around the outside.
Yeah.
But rather than dragging a straight line, you're kind of dragging and swirling it around into a dot.
Oh dear.
But you don't need very much. And you don't need to felt it a huge amount. Just as long as they're quite tamed in and they're not going to fall off. And then another row of the spots, but you can kind of do them in the gaps, but above. Like a brick pattern almost, to you go in above, but over the gap. You know what I mean? So like that. So then kind of doing that alternate pattern.
That's Sue's phone.
Yes, I'm afraid so. Sorry.
That's all right. I was just like, I'm pretty sure that's Sue's phone from before.
I remembered it, yeah.
It was just a
Makes
reminder.
me want to go to the
Yes.
ocean.
That's it. That's what started it off. I was desperate for a holiday, and I thought, right, what can I?
I like it.
It differentiates it. I know it's mine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Change it when you do go to the seaside. You might be ignoring it too much. To change it to a car horn or something. Ambulance.
I've had a dog barking before now. That's quite interesting.
That was some
Everybody's
weird
got a bird.
bananas.
And then, so my second row has got less in because it starts on a gap and ends on a gap. So it's a smaller row, and then the row above is going to have the same thing. So you're just putting it above the gaps. So it should get a smaller row each time. So 3 rows should be about enough. I mean, I'm making them quite neatly spaced here, but they don't have to be.
Doing them so quick.
I know.
I've made 1 line so far.
I've made 4 dots.
I was going to say, I got 2.5.
I was still working on my head.
Oh yeah, I've neglected the head now. I'll come back to that.
Well, I had to get it ready for the whatever we're gonna do.
Well, I think the good thing about these workshops is that people do tend to work more on them afterwards and
Yeah.
perfect them a bit more. And I think you're getting better results because you've already done it at home, and you've got the video as well if you need it. Whereas people go to a workshop and they just do it at the workshop, and whatever they come out with at the end of it, that's what they've got. They don't tend to, I always offer scraps and needles to take away, but not very many people, well, if they do, they don't show me, I suppose.
Yeah, I don't think, I'm going to take my dots off. They're not bright enough. I'm going to use a brighter colour. So they're not standing out as well as yours are.
I've decided I need to work on my fox more now, Amy. I've been inspired, That was the first one I ever did, and
yeah.
That's bright, so that's better.
Now that I know more, I'm like, oh, I could do, I could firm him up mainly, I
Just trying to
think.
think how many people I've got booked in for the Fox workshop. Otherwise, I'll have a look. You're welcome to just join us if. Oh, somebody's gone. Who went?
Wasn't me.
Not me.
Not me.
Sue?
Yeah, I'm still there.
You were on my other screen.
It's like that game where you take away the tea towel and something's missing. I'm sure somebody went then. Who was it? Heidi. It's Heidi.
Yeah, where's Heidi?
Gone.
She had a 10 o'clock bedtime.
I think all my stripes and my spots are just
I'll
too
say
big.
I have a 10 o'clock bedtime. My brain's turned off.
Maybe this should be a 2-parter as well.
It's just the detail. I mean, I can do all that. I just need you now to show me how to do my head and my tail.
Yeah.
Oh, and the legs. We haven't even done his feet yet.
I know. I've sent out the legs though to everybody, so I've just got to show you how to do yours and attach them, and you'll have to do them.
That's you and me, Alicia.
Yep.
And Jennifer, I think she's got to make some legs.
Yes.
I mean, I'm happy to come back tomorrow. I'll take that tomorrow.
I'm making a mice tomorrow.
Ah.
Little mouse.
Ah, here we go.
The makers are doing that on a craft thing live on Facebook.
All right.
Posable mice.
I need to
How far do these spots go?
About that far. So,
Quite close to the line, okay.
yeah, they're not. It doesn't really matter too much.
It's fine.
There's a bit of a gap above, but I didn't do as many as that before. I don't think. Done quite a lot more smaller ones here.
That's a big giant thing.
And then for the front of the head, you're going to take a piece like that. So you're making more of a dense patch of blue at the front of his forehead. And then that's going to graduate out, blend out into the other blue. So you want it to be more concentrated where it meets the black, or where it meets the beak area.
This is turquoise again.
Turquoise again, yeah. And then spread it out so that it's disappearing. You can kind of spread it out with
Oh,
your
I
fingers,
see.
pull
Yeah.
it away so that you've not got very much, and then kind of haphazardly stab over it so that
I
it's
think
not.
what's wrong is mine is like special. Look how he has like a really, really, really big forehead. He's like really wide.
No, he's all right.
Yeah.
He looks all right to me.
Okay.
Once you've got his beak on, it'll distract from this forehead.
He looks like one of those
Mm,
kids that have
Fringe.
alcohol
That's how you
syndrome.
distract from my big forehead.
I like them to
To
have
give a
quite
disclaimer, if I ever sold these, that it always includes my own hair.
and blood.
I think that might freak some people out.
Yeah, you may put somebody off with that. I say that every time I put a meal on the table as well.
All my friends, when they come here, they know there's going to be a dog hair somewhere.
Yeah, definitely.
We don't have that problem, it's just my hair. So you've done that blended spread out bit from his forehead back, and then you can do some dots down the back of his head, but that one's a bit better. They're more sort of long, they're not round, they're a little bit like dashes, a bit like Morse code on the back of his head.
Oh, okay.
So nice and small again. Don't know why I started down there. And do it so that they kind of fizzle out as they get towards the top. You can almost do them so that they're not really there dots as you do it towards where the forehead blue blends out. So you can kind of do them a bit scruffy, not quite a dot, and then the further back towards his back they get, you can make them a little bit more defined, and a bit more kind of like a dash rather than a dot. And again, in that sort of brick alternate pattern.
Now I was supposed to put some black in the front of his nose, was that right?
Yeah, so just where the beak's gonna go.
That might help make him look better too.
Yeah.
Can I just see the front of his face again, Amy? Yours. So I need like a black, like an M. Got it. Okay.
Glad to know I'm not alone, Rebecca.
Sorry.
So glad to know I'm not alone on getting that done.
No, I'm so far behind. But that's okay. I know I'm never going to finish this. I'm not even close. I'm just kind of doing a little bit of various things.
That's what I'm doing.
I don't know why it seems to be taking. Normally, I can get a Kingfisher workshop done in the evening. You must be chatting too much.
I am working hard. I think it's just because I'm tired.
Well, I don't want you to rush it and not be happy with it.
Yeah, that's why I'm just doing what you know what I mean? I'm like, I want it to be perfect, so.
Yeah. I spent time on my hair after, and I was really pleased with him. I was really glad I did it.
Me too. I kept giving him cuddles. As close to Prince Harry as I was gonna get. Can you show the front one more time? All right. Thank you.
Oh, we missed the space shuttle thing going up. Apparently, it was really bright.
No, it didn't go up.
I thought that was tomorrow.
No, it doesn't go up again till Saturday.
Yesterday, yeah. Well, my friend said, did you see it? It was really bright. What's she on about then?
No, because it didn't go because the weather, it got called off.
Well, she just messaged. She must have seen something.
Yeah, the space station, I expect.
She saw a
Jackie said it's space station
UFO.
go past.
The International Space Station. It's just gone over again.
Yeah.
Okay. That's it then. But yeah, the other one got called off at the last minute.
Yeah, it really was the last minute as well, wasn't it? Like 17 minutes to go or something.
Mm-hmm.
I'd forgotten, to be honest. So
I know, I was waiting for it, but
Yeah, I watched it all.
It'd be shocking.
You were patient.
Imagine being sat there waiting for it to go up and then it doesn't.
yeah.
well, as an astronaut,
Yeah.
That'd be crazy.
Oh, yeah, the stress.
I know,
Yeah,
you
the
psyched
stress
yourself
levels
up.
must have been through the roof.
Well, I'll never forget watching live the one blow up and at school with all the other school kids in the whole country.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
God, yeah.
There we were, little kids at school watching it blow up.
Oh,
There's the teacher blown up.
I can remember as a small child the Apollo 13, watching that,
oh.
Yeah.
where they were desperately trying to rectify the problems that they had so that they
Oh,
could
was
get
it
back.
Apollo 11 or 13?
13.
See, why did they ever let a ship go up that was 13?
Why did they?
Yeah,
Have a 13.
it's
Yeah.
supposed to be the most, unlucky
Unlucky number, yeah.
Yeah.
They were
Space launch when I was in Florida on holiday in, you would have been 2009, so a long time ago now, but it was amazing. We went to Cocoa Beach, so across the cove from Cape Canaveral, and had a day on the beach, and we had to go up twice because the first day we went it was cancelled.
Oh.
It was amazing. It was
That's so cool. I'm jealous.
it was amazing. Yeah. Can I see his face again, Amy? Sorry, just from the front.
I can remember sitting up between my parents watching the first man walk on the moon.
Wow.
I know.
I certainly can.
To be honest, I'm still in two minds whether it ever happened. I feel like a flat earther saying that, but I just can't understand why nobody's gone back. You wouldn't go somewhere once and be like, well, we've been there, we're not going to bother again. Nobody's ever done that anywhere else in the world, in this world. So why would they go to the moon and then just go, no, done that, not going to
I
bother
suppose if they're going to go back now,
They
it
did
needs
go
to be
back
for-
several times.
if they're going to go back now, it needs to be for more than just to go, doesn't it?
Yeah.
They
What,
need
they've walked on the moon since then, have they?
Well, at that same time, they did several times after that.
Yeah, but nobody's bothered to fly back there since.
Not
In
since, because it's too much
years,
money.
whatever it was.
Yeah, if they're going to go again, it needs to be for more than just.
To live there for. Yeah.
Well, they need to be going to do something, don't they? To do more
I
exploration.
think there should be something to do.
There's
Yeah.
nothing to do there. It's boring.
Yeah, nothing to do. It's just rock.
Yeah, I suppose once
True,
they've
though,
seen
there's
it,
literally nothing there. They're all spending every penny they have to go to Mars.
But I really don't think. I think somebody would have gone back, or things would have developed enough for it to be easier to go back.
No, because they didn't want to. There's
They
honestly
didn't put any
nothing
more
there.
money into it, did they?
How many years has it been since? I can't believe that you'd only
I
go
don't
back, not go
know,
back.
73 or
well, it's got to be.
Got to be 40 years.
Oh, and the rest. I think I was about 9.
can't
So it's
remember the
like-
last time somebody went to the moon. I used to know all that.
Yeah. I don't know. I wasn't very old, but I can remember it very, very clearly because I was allowed to stay up because it was the early hours of the morning. when they got
72.
up.
See, I was good. December 72.
Oh wow! Well done.
Well,
I was a bit
that's
older
because
than
I
mine.
looked it up on in the internet.
That's what the internet is for.
Yeah, I don't know how we'd ever live
I
without
thought
it.
it was
Because I Google
73, but
No, I've got to definitely work on my spots and my things. They're much too fat and chunky. Look.
No,
see,
it's
after
not.
that they don't need.
You
Why
could just
have humans not been back to the moon?
We haven't got time for this, Alicia.
got to do, Amy?
You could just put some smaller ones in between. If you don't want to take them off, just put some little bits so that they're a bit more haphazard and scruffy.
I'm struggling with the lights, so I'm not doing very well today.
A little bit more haphazard and smaller in between, a bit fuzzy, then they'll all sort of blend out a little bit more.
Yeah,
So
That's exactly what I said. It costs too much money. It's astronomical. And 12 people have already walked on the moon, so why bother?
But you just walk on the moon. You're not going to get much out of that, are you?
They brought back half the moon, it said. It said they brought back all kinds. Because I used to go to space, like, you know, the NASA places.
Yeah.
I wasn't as lucky as Rebecca, though. She's the bomb.
Oh, it was amazing.
And I only got to go to, you know, see the shuttles and stuff. I never got to see one launch.
When we were there as well, this is purely coincidence. We knew about the launch and we'd planned to go and see that. But we were at one of the water parks, Blizzard Beach, maybe, or either Blizzard Beach or Typhoon Lagoon. We were on the lounges, me and my friend who we went together, and my nephew and her daughter were playing. And we looked up in the sky and we were like, oh, look at that! It looks like an aeroplane with another aeroplane on top of it.
You got to see it coming home.
And that was a few days before when they were bringing the Explorer.
Oh, they're bringing it over.
And then we went and saw the launch of the net. It was amazing.
You got to see him.
Yeah.
You're back.
To Google
You didn't
that.
have to go to Specsavers.
Well, yeah. When we got back to our hotel, we had to Google it. Like, what did we just see? We saw a plane on top of another plane. And that's how we knew what it was. But right,
You could Google it back then.
Getting there.
So when you've got your turquoise blue ones on, you can just add a few baby blue ones in between. I'm not going to do every single one. I want them to sort of be a bit sort of haphazard. Right. So I've just done a few baby blue ones there.
Baby blue stripes, I see. Yeah.
Baby blue stripes. And so you could put a few stripes down here, just roughly, to sort of give it a bit more of a different tone. And you can also spread out a little bit of either the baby blue or the turquoise blue to give it a bit of a sort of, to blend them out slightly so that they're not so sharp and stuck on. You can kind of fuzz over bits of it if you want to.
Yeah.
That's pretty much done then.
I shall definitely have to do this in daylight now because I'm really struggling with this light.
And me.
I got a spotlight. 75,000 of the flipping things.
Who's that? There's Heidi trying to come back.
Somebody.
It's funny how it's a doorbell.
Hello.
Hi.
You're back.
Oh my god, the computer crashed and I couldn't.
Don't worry. We haven't.
I'm on my phone now, so.
We haven't done much apart from talk about the moon.
All right. That's fine then.
I just looked up and found Rebecca on the felting workshop site too.
Okay.
So that's as far as I've got. I don't know how far you got with us. I did a blended bit from the front of the forehead.
Yeah.
It's more dense here, and then it's spread out back to the back of his head a little bit, so it sort of disappears. And then we've got some dots which are a bit more like dashes, so a bit more like Morse code.
Yeah.
And a little bit more faded up here, and then they get a bit more intense down here. And then, so I don't know if you did these dots.
Yeah, I've got the dots.
Yeah, and then with the baby blue, you can just put a few random bits of baby blue in between the stripes.
Yeah.
Or blend a little bit over just to make it a bit more blend, like fuzzy, sort of.
Feathery.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okie doke, bro.
So that's as far as we got with that. That is something that you can all carry on and do at another time. I'll run through the tummy highlighting. and then I'll show you the legs, and then you could probably, if you're all getting tired, you could probably carry on without me at another time. So I'll just give you a little rundown. So I think I've sent you an orange. I might have sent you a bit of yellow. I can't remember.
Yeah, I've got both.
Yeah, so I use a bit of orange down the sides so that it blends.
Like primrose yellow or pale yellow, bright yellow?
No, so kind of a muted mid-yellow.
Yeah, muted mid
Not
yellow.
like acid yellow.
Not golden yellow.
It's just a bit lighter than the chest, really, isn't it?
Yeah. So I've got an orange, a light orange, a bit sort of pumpkiny orange,
Oh yeah, I got one.
and a slightly more yellowy tone. So down the
Show
edge.
me the yellow one more time.
I haven't got the yellow out yet.
Oh,
Me waving mine around.
I don't know.
oh, wave it around again. Oh, it's the felt box. What number is it? Read on the number.
19.
All right, I've ordered like almost everything they own. But 19, that's called camel.
Yeah, that's the one.
I don't think I
Right.
ordered camel.
The orange, I don't know what the orange is. Oh, I do. Marigold in World of Wool.
Oh yeah.
So these are just like mixed together, or what?
So,
First
so I'm doing orange down the side of his body here, and it just sort of fades out into the rust. You want it to be quite spread out and fine, so you spread it out like a mesh, and just so that it's a bit more intense towards the wing, and then blend it out into the body. So just do that sort of a bit haphazardly down the edge. You can do a little bit more of it under the tail, so that the tail's got a bit more of an orange base to it. And then the yellow, I just do a little bit of that on the chest, so coming from the white down. So you can spread it out again so that it's a bit more intense at the top, and then it blends down. You can also add a little bit of white so that the white of the chest just starts to sort of bleach down slightly over the yellow. And then if you find that they sort of stand out, jump out at you, any of those colours, you can spread out a bit of that fox colour that we used originally, and again put that over in a very fine mesh over the top, and it just makes it more subtle, blends it out again. So if you find any of it sort of jumps out at you too much, you can do that. So the main tummy part is still pretty much rust, and it's the edges and the chest that have been highlighted. Just remembered another thing you can do is if you've got a darker blue or like a navy, or you could use the black. Oh, that's not it. Can't find any. I'll use black. You can give the edge of the wing a little bit of a sort of shadow underneath it, so that.
That's what I was noticing before.
Yeah, I used a navy originally. I can't find it now, so I'm just going to spread out a tiny bit of black. This black's quite subtle anyway, it's not too intense. If you don't build it up too much, it's quite... So you can just edge under the wing slightly to give it a bit of a shadow to lift the wing off. You can also do it down each side of that middle panel to give that a little bit of a lift. Another thing you could do if you want to spend a bit more time is to sink in that middle part. So don't know if you can tell on here, but that middle, I've just stabbed a little bit more so that it sinks in slightly.
Oh, okay.
And it just makes the wings look like they're they stand out, you know, stand proud a little bit more to make them look like they're separate. So you can have a go at just sinking that middle panel in. Gives the shape a little bit more sort of contour and shape. So whilst you're just going through some of those processes, I'll talk through the legs.
So when you do a workshop, do you have the legs pre-made or do they make them?
I normally give an option. So for like the robin workshops and the kingfisher workshops, I pre-make some, and then I go through it so people can decide whether to have a go. I used to make everybody do it, but then they can't. It is quite tricky. So lots of people were ending up with really gammy legs, or making me do it for them there. So I just decided that I'd make a load, and then if people thought they could cope with doing it, then they could have a go as well. So I will talk you through the process. This is florist wire. I can't remember if I told you what gauge it is.
9mm.
Right, 9mm florist wire, probably. And you want some pointy pliers. So you're welcome to do this along with me if you want to have a go, or you can just use the video to go back to it or make notes. So the top part here is going to be the leg. It's about 5 centimetres, and we bend it out into an L shape. Is anybody doing this now, or can I kind of?
Have a go if that's all right.
Yeah, that's fine. So you've got 5 centimetres down, and then you bend it into an L.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then this part of the L is going to be your middle toe. And you want it to be about 2 centimetres long.
How many? Sorry.
2 centimetres long.
Okay.
And you're going to bend it back on itself sideways, so down the side of itself, not underneath. So it's looking like that now from above. Oops. So that's from above.
Yeah.
So a 2 centimetre toe there. I'm going to pinch that together. And then it's quite hard to do it in this box with the wire sticking into the side. And then, so you pinch it together and then twist it. So you've got to hold the bottom of the leg really firmly whilst you twist from the toe down. So you want that to twist as far. And you just make sure that it doesn't start twisting up the leg, because if you twist too much, it starts to gather up the leg as well.
Okay.
So you just twist as far as it allows you for the leg, and that's your front toe, your middle toe. Then your back toe is going to be about 1 centimetre long. And again, you're going to bend back. The trick is getting used to where the pliers are going to bend the wire, because you kind of, some people don't realise that when they bend there, that the bend is going to be there, not there, or the other way round. So it's getting used to where the pliers are going to make the bend. So you want about 1 centimetre for your back toe. Again, you're bending it back on itself sideways, so next to it rather than underneath or above it. So we're not going to twist this one yet. We're going to, are we going to twist this one yet? I can't remember. No, I don't think so. Thing is, if you twist them at the wrong time, they start to undo the other ones, so you can remember which order to do them in. So I'm going to hold it. I'm going to bend back So this is going straight back out. So from the back toe is going straight back out to the front, and this is just one of your side toes. They want to be slightly shorter than the middle toe. So again, back on itself sideways. You're going to end up with kind of like a W on the front, 3 toes, and then at the back. So you go back behind the leg at this point and come loop round to the front again to make your other toe match on the other side. So slightly shorter than the middle toe. So you've got that shape from above.
Genius.
Now you've got to bend the excess up the leg and twist that together, and that secures it so that it doesn't start to unravel when you twist the other toes. And you don't.
How long was the whole piece to start?
It was, pardon? It was a whole.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, I thought we'd frozen.
It did. It went all funny.
Hello.
Hello.
Back.
I don't know what happened then. My laptop just turned off.
It keeps coming and going at the minute.
What, my laptop?
Your sound and everything went completely.
Yeah, well, I had my laptop on. I don't know why. I don't know if I had a power cut or something.
Oh.
That's not me.
Oh.
Don't know. What can you see? You can see my
I can
yeah.
see your leg on
Oh,
the.
we've had a power cut because my light's gone off.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Not the light. Oh, hold on. I'll have to get my husband to flip the switch. I'll be back.
How's it going, Jennifer?
Okay, I think. I need lots of time tomorrow.
Oh my gosh, let me tell you, I gave up now. I quit.
I'm finding.
I've been doing my head markings.
Yeah,
that's
I
what
need
I
to.
was working on that too. I felt that was the only thing my brain could handle.
Alexa,
I need some daylight. I need some daylight.
Yeah.
I'm lagging.
I've worked out what it was.
Was
It was that my plug sockets are on a Alexa timer.
Alexa says it's time to go to bed.
Yeah, and she's flipping me off. Shut up, Alexa. Yeah. So I'll just do see if I can do the rest of this just on my phone. So I can't see what you're doing at the moment because you're all on my laptop. So
how long was that piece to start with?
I don't know. It's whatever size they come in.
Oh, I don't know because I don't have those.
That's a good point. It doesn't make much.
10 inches, aren't they? Something like that.
25 centimeters.
So yeah, about 10 inches.
So you want to cut back some of that excess because you don't want 2 pieces that are going to go up into the body. So just take off some of that. So well, you might not have that much. It depends on how big your toes are, to be honest. So you've twisted that excess up the leg, and then you can twist the other toes. You've kind of got to make sure you're twisting them all in the same direction, otherwise they undo each other. And you've got to make sure you stop twisting when you get to the leg with the twist. So keep an eye on how far up they're twisting, otherwise they start to gather up the leg. So you kind of got to do them all clockwise or all anti-clockwise. And they've got quite short legs, kingfishers, so you don't want that double twist to go very far up. So that's what you end up with, hopefully. So that's from the side there.
you've got 3 toes, the middle one being longer. You can then curl over the end of the toes so that they curl down. And then I paint them with a dark red nail varnish. So to insert the legs, I don't think I've got an awl out here. So you'd use your awl or something pointy, or your largest needle, if you've not got an awl. And the legs are positioned quite a long way back. If you look at him there, they're quite far back, and you've got to make sure he's on that angle, not sort of, he's got to be tipped back. So you make a hole. If you've just got your needle, you've got to go in and out of the same spot repeatedly without taking your needle out, so you're just stabbing in and out, up and down in one spot. You can cut the top of the leg so that it's at an angle, so that it's got a bit more of a point to it rather than a flat top. That helps put them in. So once you've got your legs in, I don't know where my legs are. Oh, there they are. So you might need to cut down, yeah, if I sent you legs, I might have made them very long on the top. So you may need to cut off an amount. You just want to make sure that you've got enough that sticks in. That means that you can pull it out slightly and put some glue on. So they're not just like only just poking in.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd put the 2 legs in and I'd pull them out slightly, put some super glue on, push them back in and let them dry. Before you glue them in place, make sure he stands up. So
That's what I was going to say. So you have to make sure he can actually stand.
yeah, so make sure they're even, make sure he's not top heavy, front heavy.
Oh my God, this is going to be an engineering feat.
Sometimes they only stand on something like a log, so they might need their tail to be hanging lower than their feet to give them balance. So if you can't get them to stand on the table, try it on something slightly higher so that the tail can tip lower. So you get your legs in and you get them in position so that he stands up, and then so you pull them out slightly, put some glue on, push them back in. Then when they're dry, because you don't want to get glue all over your needle, you take a strip of the rust colour, quite a thin strip.
Very well behind, but I'm listening.
Don't worry, I don't think anybody's going to finish tonight, including me.
No.
I was just trying to get Zoom back on there, back on my laptop so I can.
Recording.
No, it's recording on my phone, luckily.
That's
goodness.
But I can't see you to say goodbye. So yeah, so you stick a strip in next to the leg, and then you wind it round, but make sure when you wrap it round, you're keeping it flat and you're not sort of coiling it. So you've got to kind of let go every time you go round to flatten it out. And you're just winding up a little thigh just to cover the base of the leg. So you won't need too much, and you don't need to felt the actual thigh. You just wrap it around and then stick the end back in again, and you get that little little kind of top of the leg. I mean, you might want to have a little bit of leg showing. He's obviously not glued in at the moment, so kind of want that effect.
Oh wow! Hey.
Oh, that's really good.
That is so pretty.
So then what you need to do is stick your eye on and your beak on. Obviously If you've got one of my beaks I've sent and it's got wire in it, you can stick it on with the wire if you wanted to. You just have to make a hole for the wire and push it in. It might help you to get it in the right position before you go ahead and glue it. So, or you can stick a piece of wire in if there's not one there, and then make a hole, stick it in, and that can help you kind of position it before you go ahead and glue it. But you will need to glue it on. You could try out both sizes as well that way. See which one.
Oh, it's just so pretty.
How's that one?
I don't know what happened to my eye. Yeah, so then just stick the eye on there. The ones I've sent you are kind of just like a flat backed black plastic one. They've actually got different sized eyes on, so he is slightly smaller. He's got a slightly smaller eye, and he's got a slightly bigger eye. That was probably the size you were using, Alicia. So there we go. Do I need to run through anything with you before I leave you? I can't work out how I get back onto my meeting again.
So you'll send us a link tomorrow and we can download it?
Yes, I'll send you a link.
How's everybody else's looking? Let's have a look.
Mine is very far behind.
Oh, that's lovely, Jackie.
Oh, Jackie, you're like
That's
a superstar.
beautiful.
I've got you back.
Jennifer is too. Look at and look at Sue's. Oh, look at Heidi's. Mine is just like sad comparatively.
Jennifer, yours looks good.
Thank you.
Good. Yeah, Jackie, that looks really good.
I just need to work on
work
spots.
doing it.
I've got
Mine is very naked.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, it's got the makings of a kingfisher there, Alicia.
Oh yeah, he'll be done. But I can't tomorrow. I've got to go do something, so I'll be finishing him on Saturday.
No, that's fine. It'd be nice to have some finished photos from you all. Yeah, Rebecca, that looks lovely.
Oh, that's a good one, Rebecca. That's good.
Oh, I like how you did the dark on the sides.
There's no spot.
Yeah,
the blending on the orange on the front looks good.
I haven't done the yellow yet.
Heidi, are you frozen or are you just concentrating?
Oh yeah.
Oh, am I frozen?
Once you put that beak on, it makes a world of difference, doesn't it?
Oh wow, Jackie, it does.
Trying to get there.
Yeah, Heidi, that looks really good.
I'll make my beak tomorrow, and that way I can put it on Saturday.
I shall look forward to seeing all the pictures of them all.
Yeah.
Yes.
Send me some pictures and I'll put them on my page.
Yeah, but it'll be the weekend. It won't be tomorrow.
That's fine. Some nice daylight pictures, and they look nice sat on a log. If you've got any logs. If not,
I've got logs.
Do you remember, Amy, when I showed you that really bad one that I have?
Yeah.
So I'm going to tear that one off of it and put this one on it.
Right there. Driftwood. It looks nice on driftwood. Is that what yours was on?
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm going to take that one off and I'm going to put this really fancy one on.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the one you bought.
Yeah. That is so sad in comparison.
Send it back to her.
No, she inspired me to start doing this.
Yeah, true.
And her dragon is beautiful.
Oh. Yeah, you look like you're almost there, everyone, and hopefully you'll get finished without any trouble.
Yeah, hopefully the colors will show up tomorrow.
Yeah, that's my
Thank you
problem
very much, Amy.
is the colours at the moment.
The only thing with me, Amy, is I've run out of rust again. So it's just like the hair. I never finished the hare's tail, and I'm probably not going to be able to cover the legs.
I can send you some. Oh yeah, the legs. What's her name? Is it Amanda? No, what was her name? She ran out of rust as well. So I could send you some if you're short of some colours.
I don't know if you'll be able to let me know what the hair colour was though, because there's variations. If you
I'm
send
not
me a
sure,
picture,
yeah, not sure what you. Yeah.
send me a picture of your hair, and I might be able to work out which colour it was. And I'll
Oh,
send
that's lovely. Thank you. That would be great.
Rebecca, you're going to do Monday?
Me?
Oh, yeah.
I am.
Who's doing Monday? Jackie, you're doing Monday?
I am.
Yeah, Jackie Monday. Rebecca, yeah, message me, Rebecca. Remind me to send it to you.
Yeah.
Oh, do you think that, Rebecca, you don't have your colors yet from World of Wool, do you?
No.
So you might need to send her that hedgehog hair then, and, you know, the other one too.
What, the full kit? Have you not got any neutral colours, Rebecca?
What colours do we need?
You only need. I kind of use a grey.
I think is it rabbit or see that
Squirrel.
one?
Like
That's
this kind of
fine.
grey.
I use squirrel, that colour, for the hedgehog's body.
Oh yeah, I've got one that looks a bit like that.
Yeah.
You put in squirrel. Yeah, it's squirrel.
Squirrel and a bit of darker brown.
Yeah, it should be alright.
It looks like bear.
And then I'll send you some feet and some fur.
Put the core wool in, you'd probably be fine.
Yeah, I can just send it as a large letter, I expect. Okay, lovely.
Thank you very much. Very much.
See some of you on
Thank you
Monday.
very much.
Yeah, thank you, everybody.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, everyone.
I'll send you the link.
Thank you very much.
Bye, new friends.
Don't forget to pay me.
Okay.
I love
Bye.
it. Pay me. Pay my money.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks, Amy.